stop us. Fly at 'em like choppers. Better took those risks, cold blood in my fists. We fire starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always gonna feel that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
No rise up, rise up. We are the apocalypse, and a pill that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the night won't scare us falling. So rise up, rise too great to be landed. Rise up, way too great to be standing.
They ain't never gonna stop us. Fly at 'em like choppers. Better took those risks, cold blood in my fists. We fire starters. Let's go. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always gonna feel that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys.
Welcome everyone to the Queen of the Hill series. My name is Saki, and tonight we have a very awesome event for you guys. We have 8 ladies who will be competing for a chance to gain our second spot into the finale, where they will then be competing in a round robin. Our prize pool is currently at $300, and if you're looking to support, be sure to check out the Matcherino page by using the command !Matcherino. You can check out sponsor quest as well as on-site only merch to help contribute to the prize pool, as well as use the code QOTH3 for a free 50-cent contribution. I'm actually going to go ahead and throw it back to the commentators to introduce themselves and start us off for tonight's event. Take it away, guys.
Hey everyone, it's me, Zubaz, and I'm very excited to be joined today by the wonderful...
Oh, hi, I'm Happy Cookie.
How you doing today, Julie?
Oh my goodness, I had a wonderful day. My mom's birthday's coming up, so we just celebrated a little bit. How have you been doing?
I'm really well. I've been, doing like the real life grind, but I'm excited to be doing these events as much as I can. I was very kindly asked to be a part of this one, and I know you were as well. And it's nice to be doing it with you, because well, we are friends. It's gonna be a great time. But looks like we're going right into this game number 1. Okay, right away we got Mayo versus Ruby.
So Ruby was in the last one. I actually saw a little bit of it. I was at work though, so it was a little bit hard. But I saw that they definitely picked Xianghua. I have heard that they have a secondary girl, but the matches that I saw personally were all on Xianghua. Oh,
okay, that's totally not the things we were expecting, but I'm excited to see this one. Tira versus Siegfried. Definitely a match that kind of difficult for Siegfried, just because Tira's backstep is so good that which is normally good at like really good space control, she can just avoid by backing away. So interesting to see how this one's going to work out.
Also, Tira has like amazing I-16 punishes. Her CE. She has the Forte. She has the wall rising B or wall rising B, I think. Something. Yes. One of those is 16. So.
Yeah, great to be ducking under those AJs and everything.
That's a mood switch. Oh.
Yeah, going this one. They're just throwing launchers back and forth at each other. Maybe clip on the stance transition on Siegfried, but the sidestep into the whip punish. Hopefully, we're seeing a lot of that.
Nice 2A. I love when people use Siegfried 2A as like a poke instead of like a round under only. Oh, that's a good 3B though. Challenging the stance right there.
Oh, the wake up 2B doesn't get the counter hit confirmed. All right, going to the reverse side hold mix up. Has the wall pressure right now, but the sidestep against it doesn't get the mood switch. Very unfortunate.
There was no OK there. I just woke up sidestep.
And the side hold mixing up at the end. The low would have been more enough to kill probably, so that actually kind of was a 50-50 at the end.
Ooh, Ruby opts to not fish for that 60 lethal hit that she does get when she's in gloomy and moving around. Started off with 3. Oh, nice roll. I thought that caught roll. Sometimes.
It sometimes does. Oh, nice. These 2As have been very nice from Ruby coming in against Mayo, but doesn't get the block. That would have been game over anyway. I think that situation, you probably wanted to get your guard broken there if you were going to get clipped.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult. You don't want to block too much now, and it's really hard to like force too much pressure on
He gets that counter hit into the reverse side hold mix up. One mix up away. The A slide B doesn't get the guard break. Nice sidestep, but unfortunately does not get the whiff punish on the A slide B into the base hold K. Great awareness, just not quite tight enough on the punish. I did like that Ruby though was punishing 3B on block with 2A pretty much every single time, I felt, which is a very nice counterplay to that stance entry. It's -4 on block. The 2A is going to be able to beat the 10-frame kick, so it was a great option for Ruby there.
Also being like -20 on regular block, so it'll deal with both options.
And her 2A has so much range. It's crazy.
Yeah. She has so much range. That's like it couples with her backstep very well. Oh, we have Sungmina. Okay. I actually think Siegfried is very good versus Sungmina. I know there is a lot of multiple character players that pick, Siegfried of all their characters against this Mina character because he has range, he has damage. She can't really poke him too much with 6-6A and stuff when he has Dark Legacy. There's a lot of things that are very, very good. Plus, base hold is really good too. So.
Yeah, and his whiff punishment is very solid against her, and if he blocks like certain moves, he gets potentially an AGA lethal hit, which is a very high damage punish. Okay, poking out the 6B, doesn't challenge the transition. That can be kind of scary because he does have the follow-up. Counter hit, nice confirm on the counter hit launch on 3B.
Nice.
Mhm,
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. I'm fishing for a ring out, did not get the angle for that. That's a good 2-2-B.
Yeah, unfortunately doesn't get the max damage combo, goes to the 1B, doesn't get anything off of it. Now potential comeback. Nice block on the reverse side. I'll mix up. Gonna go into the plus frames, but challenges anyway. Taking advantage of Mayo, going for the slower option at that +4.
That's always the mix-up, right? Like, I'm plus, what are you gonna do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Hey, I like the side steps though. Coming in from Ruby, getting a lot of mileage off of that, and just challenging, right? You can't be going for those slow horizontals in neutral like that. You're gonna get blown up.
Okay.
Like,
So I feel like for the most part Ruby's playing very vertically, and so is Mayo. But Ruby is playing vertically with 2B, while Mayo is just using like regular standing moves. So I feel like Mayo should be trying to step a little more. Oh, well that time was just unfortunate.
yeah, maybe like working in more sidestep moves to try and avoid that 2DB and get a whip punish of their own. Unfortunately, Ruby seems to have that on lock. No, gets the block, but it actually whiffed. Interesting, but the counter hit finally. Been fishing for that the whole time. Big damage combo into the reverse side hold, mix up and gets it this time. We're gonna get the cancel. Unfortunately not.
Oh, you hate to see it, but you love to see it. That bubble, best round ender ever.
Yeah, it's so good, but there's those 2-2-Bs again, taking advantage of these stance transitions, just fishing for this move. You're getting a lot of mileage, is Ruby.
Oh, good block, but just doesn't really get the punish, which is fine. It worked out.
Mm-hmm. Went for the sidestep there again, as opposed to going for that 2A that we mentioned in that first round. So maybe not as confident in that with the Mina.
Oh, I like the tech rock option. It beat the kick really cleanly, actually.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're going to see Mayo go adapt. No, unfortunately, not adapting to all the sidestepping that we were seeing from Ruby. Pretty much all of Ruby's damage in that last game came from sidestepping moves and hitting that 2-2B. So if Mayo is able to realize that and go for some horizontals, like maybe AGA would be a great option. 3A, even it's only -12 on block. Mina's block punishment isn't great at -12, right? She gets a 2A, and if it's spaced out, she's not going to get anything.
Yeah. I wonder if Mayo has another character. Nope, it seems to just be the Siegfried, which is, honestly, like I said, I think it's a good character versus it. It's just the playstyle needs to be switched up a little bit more.
Yeah, a little.
To start using, Siegfried has a great array of mid-horizontals that will catch the 2-2B, so...
And maybe we'll see some adaptations, like, 3A, 3A4, another great one, safe on block, lots of range. A little bit slower, but still, same idea, mid horizontal.
Okay.
Okay, but again, trying to just fish for something that's not happening, right? Ruby keeps putting in the information that they're going to be going for these 2-2-Bs.
I mean, there's been nothing to stop them, right? Okay, that's a really good lethal hit, though.
Mm-hmm, gets the reset as well, but unfortunately just going to be hanging out in Chief Hold. That 2-2-B coming in again for that whip punish.
Okay, so 1B, when it's not at tip, is actually negative on tip, but Mayo doesn't seem to be challenging it very much, which is understandable.
Yeah, speaking of challenge, that 6-6-A+B hold gets challenged. Unfortunately, not stepped, but you got to lead to that counter hit and give Mayo that round. We're tied up 1-1 in this last game.
Wow. Just backstep ever so slightly to get out of that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, man, backstepping again, trying to get the whip punish. Unfortunately, not quite in time. The range a little incorrect.
I think that's so cool that the combo's on air hit.
Definitely is. Ooh, nice. Trying to challenge afterwards. The GI coming through. Going for the GI again. Doesn't get anything out of it.
Okay, I like this. When you're playing Samina, this is definitely what you want to do. Just wait for them to do something.
Yeah, especially now with the life lead, it's hard for Siegfried to approach. Trying to make something happen. Patience. Round ticking down with a whiff. Yeah, that's going to be the round end for Ruby. and taking advantage of the lack of horizontal challenges from Mayo, right? That's going to be giving them the ability to just walk around freely or take any sort of movement option that they want to do because it's been going unchallenged.
And this is the scary part, right? Because it's like Mina still has really good horizontal, so you don't want to just step, especially because it's a lethal hit. That's a good start, though. Ooh. Keep challenging on Oki. Should probably start going, you know, for the faster options, the A-slide B. There's a lot of things that you can do if people are trying to like make up a match.
Yeah, definitely like a delayed A-slide B, but okay, gonna get the punish. Get the mix-up, sorry, on the reverse side hold. Getting the lethal hit, that Dark Legacy comeback factor is always so strong.
Oh, yeah.
A soul charge coming in. Mina, we talked about earlier, soul charge can be very powerful, and there's that lethal hit. Unfortunately, doesn't get the combo. Is it going to catch backstab? It does! Getting the run counter. They're going to be knocked away full screen. What are we going to see from Mayo here? They're running it immediately, and there's the A-slide B. That's what we like to see. Denying that roll and denying that wake up.
Oh, that should be it. Wow.
Yeah, that was good stuff from Mayo.
Cool.
Yeah, and also taking advantage at the end, right? Had gone for that mid so many times in reverse side hold, and then finally, you know, at the last game, going for the low, being able to close it out. So that was great conditioning from Mayo to close it out with the Siegfried.
Yes. What's a lot of what happened was kind of what we were talking about. Siegfried can, you know, contest Mina's ranges. He can contest her damage. His critical edge is amazing for with punishing Mina, right? Like she was
one of the best in the game.
That thing will almost always hit. It's like it's really nice. Also, she has a lot of lows, but they're all very risky lows. So it's actually like I think Dark Legacy is very good because unless they want to take a huge risk, they have to, you know, sit there and accept the fact that you have Dark Legacy. So.
Yeah, definitely. Like those lows that we're talking about, like the full crouch 3K, right? That move is just absolutely fantastic for mixing your opponent up at close range from Mina, that like the hell sweep that she has. But again, it's risky, right? If you're the Siegfried player is probably going to be thinking that if you're going to be trying to break through this explosion that I have, the low is definitely a great way to do it. But the risk there is just so high that sometimes you can be deterred from doing it.
You can get an AGA lethal hit, like that's like a free 88 damage, you know, punish for.
Yeah, if you know the delay combo, it's like 100 damage. if they tech and you do like the tech trap on the 6-6B, it's 100 damage. It's crazy.
I mean, it's a very good lethal hit for a good reason though. You know, -16 doesn't come too often in this game actually, but
it doesn't, which is definitely you kind of put yourself in that situation, right? You knew the risk when you do the move, so the reward is definitely there. And a character like Siegfried, his block punishment on -12, -14 are really poor. He has those punishes, but they're not fantastic at all. So he makes up for it by having the best -16 standing punish in the game. Definitely hands down. But coming in, I think we're going to have it's In Denial versus their opponent. Let me just check bracket quickly. In Denial versus Nelly. Okay, so Nelly is the owner of Team Luminary, and I believe they play Keelik. So Indy is, I believe, a Cassandra player, if I'm not mistaken. So Cassandra versus Keelik is probably what we're going to be seeing. It will be a very fundamental match. Both those characters are very fundamental characters. They don't have a lot of really gimmicks. I mean, I guess Divine Force is kind of like a gimmick, but it's not. It's more of like an enhancement, really, than it is like a gimmick. They're very neutral, heavy characters, so we're going to see probably a lot of like things like frame trapping and adaptations from these players. And In Denial is proven to be a top contender in all forms of Soul Calibur, making top 8 at quite a few events, and winning some tournaments herself. So definitely a great player.
Nelly was in the first Queen of the Hill for sure. And I think she did pretty well, if I recall correctly. So I'm actually interested to see how this goes. I'm not sure if this is a run back or not because I can't actually remember the entire bracket. But at the very least, I'm pretty sure this will be a very, very interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw a lot of these characters actually at a previous event recently, the offline event that happened in a long time. Seeing these two characters, like people consider these characters, they consider them to be kind of like lower tier characters, like because Cassandra kind of mid, Keelik low, and the recent events have been kind of proving the opposite, right? The event happened earlier on today, and Keelik got 3rd place at this at this event. That happened earlier on today at online. Keelik, we saw great results from at like UFL and other events like that. Cassandra also doing very well. So these characters that people kind of thought aren't as great, doing a lot better, and a lot of that can be potentially because like people are exploring them out more now. They're not relying on what they used to do, and they've been adapting and getting better.
Well, the biggest thing I feel like is, neutral, like we said about these characters, is a huge part of their gameplay. They're not really going to be doing like these crazy mix-ups on you. They're going to be sitting there and trying to counter hit fish. They're going to be trying to poke you out. They're going to try to use spacing and all these other tools. It's a lot difficult to pull that kind of gameplay online, but offline is a completely different beast. So, but when they're against each other, we'll see what happens, because both these characters are very strong at what they do. Unfortunately, what they're very strong at is not completely the meta at the moment, which is probably why people, don't value them as highly. So.
The nice thing with Keelik, though, is he's a very adaptable character in terms of the ranges he can fight at. So you can play at the longer ranges if your character has like a short range kind of weakness, or they're more short range characters. So you can take advantage of that. But let's see, going into round number 1.
Oh wow. Okay, is that okay? Not out. Completely. Oh, that. Oh, please finish that. Okay.
Oh no! The flip kick. Taking advantage of the string mix up on that one, and gonna be winning round number 1 with the ring out. Nice challenge there coming from Indy.
Oh, nice duck into the accident punish.
The Milo setup with the back turn K. You always got to be aware of that one from Keelik. And gets the plus frames. Nice challenge. Catching the sidestep. You got to respect those plus frames, says Nelly.
No.
Getting a lot of mileage out of that back turn K. It's a move that it's very fast. It has an auto GI. It loses thrust, but it's very fast, and you have to always be aware of that as an option when the Keelik player shows that they're going to do it.
Especially if they show you they're going to do it every time, you got to be ready for that. It also has a pretty big hitbox, so you don't really want to try to like step in too often.
No. Ooh, goes for the Shenyuan killer. Doesn't get it, but the block punish. Not quite there. Getting the string mix up. Angel step AA.
Good grab. That's definitely something I think both these characters have to do to open you up. They don't have very many like amazing lows, so they have to grab a lot to get their knockdown lows.
Yeah, grabs are definitely a great way of opening your opponent up. Nice block punish from Indy though. And the one is, there's those grabs you were talking about, Julie. I mean, again, nice countering the sidestep.
Okay, so I noticed that Nelly has been stepping every time they get hit by 1A. So definitely, respect, because in denial.
Oh, did we get it? Did we get it? Nice! That was so sick! Dang. Wow, what a huge call out from Nelly, calling out that soul charge. For those of you who don't know, soul charge is a break attack. The Quake is a break attack, but if you read it, you can spend half a bar meter, or if you're in soul charge, it doesn't cost anything if you're evil Keelik, and parry it, because that parries unblockables and break attacks. That was a great call out from Nelly, taking game number 1.
Pretty much the only way to punish a soul charge at all.
Yep, so. You can't whiff punish them. But that was, you were talking a little bit earlier, Julie, about Nelly's habit of sidestepping at negative frames, and Indy taking advantage of that, which is definitely a habit that Indy is trying to take advantage of. Unfortunately, didn't go as far as they wanted it to go, because that huge call out on that resist impact just ended that round before anything could really happen.
That stage is so dangerous. A big read like that, you just get rung out from almost anywhere, really. So there's no ring outs on this stage.
Nope, so. All walls.
Is that a wall game though? I know Evil Keelik or Soul Charge Keelik, his wall game is pretty insane in terms of damage. Yeah. I don't really think Cassandra's is that special.
No, she doesn't get a ton. Like, I think she like her max damage is like 95, 100-ish, which is not bad, but it's not on everything.
It's about average, right? It's not Keelik's like 190 damage. Ooh,
no, it's not. Yeah, that back turn K, again, Nelly always going for it, trying to condition their opponent to try and respect it. Nice, getting the monument parry into the knockdown and just poking their opponent on wake up.
Oh yeah, that's -1.
Okay, we saw that before, right? Condition their opponent to respect the +2 and goes for the throw. Great adaptation coming in from Nelly, and going to be securing the round with the wall rising A. Taking advantage of these frame traps again, but dang, nice counter from In Denial. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Gets the other wall splat. Oh, unfortunately, the wall splat not going to be ideal to get the combo. Getting In Denial, another chance at life here.
Nice. Is she willing to get the fine words? Yes.
Okay, oh, the wall rising B though, sneaking in. The tech crouch on that move is so good. A tech crouch is the entire duration of the move, making it a great disrespect tool.
Nice. Answering with her own back move.
Giving that Divine Force with the two-way challenge. Great stuff from Nelly, not respecting that situation.
Oh, good block.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on that block. Has the Oki situation though, going in with those throws that you mentioned earlier. Soul Charge going to be denying the momentum that Nelly has and needs this. Oh, okay.
That was an interesting read. I'm gonna say grab a little poke. It's not it.
No, Soul Charge. This is the last chance at life for In Denial. Gets the Beyblade into the knockdown and mixes it up with the whole.
She ate the bar too. That's really nice. You don't
Yeah,
have to deal with that in this round then.
That's huge. That was the perfect timing on that mid, situation. Yeah, working towards that lethal hit. I think only needs one more to have that lethal hit ready to go.
Not really a threatening lethal hit when you don't have the ring out, but I mean it's still neater.
Ooh, the tech crouch looked like it ducked under and gets the counter hit on the string.
Oh yeah, you can't step that. You actually have to either RI it or respect it. It is a force block on level 3.
That's one of the things about that matchup you have to understand. But Nelly taking it 2-0, very, very good stuff from them. I liked that they were conditioning their opponent. They were taking advantage of what the conditioning that they brought in, going for that Monument K, getting the +2 on block. They were challenging the step afterwards, the AAA in that first game, and we saw Nelly get the read and then started throwing In Denial, getting those knockdowns and working into some Oki situations, which Akila feels Oki's not great and his knockdowns aren't great, but when you can condition your opponent to stand still and you can start throwing them, that's a great advantage to have, and Nelly did a great job at doing that.
Neither of them really chose to opt to use Soul Charge very often. In Denial would when she had the 2-bar and she was down. Unfortunately, sometimes you can't get the correct reads and sometimes you don't get your damage in. That's just how it is sometimes. I do like the fact that In Denial is doing a lot of really good punishments, like the AKs and everything were on point.
Yeah, the punishment was definitely on point from In Denial. Unfortunately, just the other larger situations weren't paying off, right? The conditioning wasn't quite to the same level as Nelly, especially with the decisions that they were making. Nelly choosing to disrespect with options like wall rising, like instant wall rising B in certain situations, or rolling on the ground and getting that wall rising B, taking advantage of the kind of bad Oki situations that In Denial kind of had, or wasn't going for the more optimal setup, so able to take advantage of some of the more strings, going for maybe sometimes throws on wake up, and getting that tech crouch in there, and being able to convert a situation where you were at disadvantage and making your opponent think twice about it. It's famed with the back turn Ks that we saw a lot of. How does a person at home that are struggling to deal with that back turn K from Q, how do they deal with that, Julie?
Well, it's -14 on block, first of all. Cassandra's a great I-14 punish with the BK. Another thing is it doesn't work on thrust. That's huge. And if you have the good enough, hard enough Oki or knockdown, he can't actually use it without getting hit first because it won't come out fast enough. So keep all of that in mind, and you can deal with it too.
Yeah, which is a move that you see a lot of Keelix going for. We saw Milo's at UFL; he went for that move quite a lot. So a lot of Keelix. There's a certain there's archetypes of Keelix players. I find there's an archetype that they always go for back turn K. That's just a Keelix style. It's whenever they're back turn, they'll even put themselves back turn on purpose and go for it.
Yeah, that is the Milos. When I think of
Yeah.
killers that go back turn in any situation, he knows every situation he's back turn. In any trade, any clash, he knows when he's back turn.
And going to be going for it. But coming in, we got Mayo, and I believe that is Vanity is their opponent.
Yes.
Vanity, also an amazing North American player on the, I believe she's West Coast, rocking it with Tira.
Wednesday night fights at SoCal regular.
Definitely one of Soul Calibur's best.
And, a lot of people when she was going, so.
Yeah, definitely a top contender at that event. Oh, with the string coming through on the 6BB. Can be sometimes hard to deal with, because there is a mix-up on whether or not he goes into stance or not.
Oh, that 6B Jolly string is so aggressive.
But nice sidestep on it, not getting hit by the string that time. It's okay, has enough life to live here, but it eats the 668 plus B on a Oki.
Ooh, that's a very good block. Ooh, doesn't duck the second hit.
Yeah, Mayo not out of this one yet. Oh, with the block. Yeah, that is not guaranteed on normal hit. That is a counter hit only combo. And so unless your opponent's unaware of the string, they're not going to get clipped by it. And, Vandy keeping it clutch.
Okay, so Mayo is starting to do a lot of sidestepping. Gets it there.
Ooh, the 50-50 after the stance transition. A hard one to deal with. It's a lethal hit if you guess wrong. It gets the combo.
Yeah. She's already at 5 moves, which is Vanity is one of the luckiest hero players I've seen in my life.
I agree. Ooh, the run counter coming in from Mayo going to be on the board 1-to-1 in rounds, but those mood switches could be definitely a boon for Vanity.
Ooh, you never want to go in that last one against Lumi Coda, just waiting a line for you.
And
That's
he gets,
already 5 HP.
yeah. Crazy. Oh, disrespecting. Doesn't want to deal with your mix-up. I'm going to press 6B and deal with that situation entirely.
Oh, such clean, tight play from Vanity right now. That should be it.
Yeah, the added bonus for being in Gloomy. One of her 2 stances, Jolly is considered to be more of a neutral-based stance. Gloomy is kind of like the damage stance, but when she's in Gloomy, she gets that extra hit on the critical edge, being able to secure rounds in situations like that.
I like to argue Gloomy is also the neutral stance because her AA is extremely flaws, her BB is
That's true.
better. Just, yeah. But anyways.
Ooh, that 3B going to be doing a ton of damage. Gets that tech crouch on it. Gets the Oki situation. Has the ring of pressure. This is not going to ring out.
I mean, even if she dies right here, she has Coda. Oh, nice delay. Oh, no, doesn't stop that. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you got to be ducking that, or else you're going to be in a situation like that. And Vanity taking advantage of the lack of ducking on the string and able to take that round. That was a very, very clear decision from Vanity at the end. You had the plus frames, right? You had the advantage, so you just go for that another 3A. And if they don't,
go for your mid horizontal, that's a mix up on block, right? Like...
Yeah, the mid horizontal, that's a hit confirmable mid
I-14.
mix up on block. I-14 like does your taxes. It's just an absolutely great move. But here's the Cassandra coming in.
There's a lot of Cassandras here. It's interesting, and a lot of Tiras.
Yeah, we saw what 2 Tiras so far, 2 Cassandras.
This is interesting to me because I feel like Cassandra would have a harder time because of the range, but also she's so much more mobile than Siegfried, right? So.
Yeah, definitely, and can compete a lot better at these close ranges.
Of course, they have the I-10, the amazing plus frames on everything.
And we're kind of seeing that now, right? Just Mayo just rushing down Vanity, just being in her face. It's okay with taking these hits because we have the life advantage. We have the ability to compete at these close ranges.
Oh, that is a good 60. Here's another one.
Sidestepping around. Got 2K. Gets the Divine Force. Is it going to kill? Yes, it will. There's really a big change of pace from that first game with Siegfried to the Cassandra, though, coming in from Mayo.
Wow, what a active breed, Jesus.
It's the punish frame trapping right now, getting the counter hit.
Okay.
Yeah, still has the frame advantage. Vandy sidestepping around and fishing for that, getting the whiff punish, taking advantage of the poor horizontal control that Cassandra does have. That is the weakness of the character. Her horizontals aren't the best.
Also, a lot of them are high, so you can notice a lot of people duck a lot, and it's really strong. Alright, so just taking advantage of all the plus frames Cassandra has right now. Guess he's right on that.
Yeah, taking advantage of the string, doesn't get hit, or gets hit by the last part of it, but Vandy, not in this one yet. Tira, definitely a very powerful character. Soul Charge, gonna whiff, run up, and into the mix-up. Yep, there it is. You talked about earlier, the luck. She's so lucky.
Told you! Luckiest Tira player in the world! Oh my gosh! Oh!
The bounce?
That was like an SE4 ring out right there.
Yeah, that was like you mentioned it, like Vandy, the luckiest Tira player, but that was wild. Like every single time they went up and like ran up, they got the headbutt into the mood switch, and then also guessed right on the 50-50 every time.
Every time.
Like that was crazy.
You know what they say, luck is also a skill, so.
Yep. But I think we are going on for a quick break and a little bit of an ad break. So we will be back in a little bit, guys.
Welcome everyone again to the Queen of the Hills series. Be sure to check out some of the amazing ladies that are participating tonight. In addition to that, before we head into that break, let's go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. So first up, we have Champion Creations. The queens that make it into the finale will not only be competing for a cash money prize pool, but the queen that wins the crown to rule them all will receive a choice of Champion Creations from our friends over at Soul Calibur Creations and their creators. Huge thank you to them for providing this amazing prize, and again, be sure to check them out over at soulcaliburcreations.com/champion creations. They're also, fun fact, having a costume design contest this month. If you are one of the amazing talented artists and want to submit your creations, definitely go ahead and check them out. Also looking for some awesome merch from your favorite bird squad, be sure to check out the Dynamic Focus store via the Acquire store, where you can purchase official DF gear. You can also check out the official Queen of the Hills series merch, where you'll find threats fit for royalty. And to check out the full collections, be sure to visit www.acquire.ca/dynamic. And are you enjoying tonight's tournament and all of the Soul Calibur action? Be sure to check out Saban Deuce's NLBC Soul Calibur series every Sunday. I believe they're having one tomorrow. And they'll also be having a Deuce X Cielo 2 Soul Calibur tournament coming May 1st to May 2nd. And for more info, be sure to visit Team Deuce Gaming. And in addition to that, we're going to be going ahead and running a giveaway before we head into this break. We have a lovely wine glass set from our favorite Mew called Ann Comer. She has custom crafted this Queen of the Hill set of wine glasses. Be sure to check out in chat on how to enter. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and into a quick break. And don't go anywhere, guys. Enjoy. Hi everyone, Saki Sakura here to talk to you about Dare Job. You guys can actually go to darejob.com to challenge your favorite streamer in the game that they're streaming. Once you've signed in to darejob.com, you can go ahead and create a new dare for your streamer. Just follow the links below, such as Create New Dare or Create Dare, where you can then select the streamer that you would like to dare, create the title of the dare or the challenge, and write what exactly the challenge is and how they're supposed to do it. Once you have selected the game for the streamer, you can then hit the button Next to move on to the next form. Once you have selected the game for the streamer, you can then move on to the pledge portion. You have a minimum of $1. You can use a coupon code if you have one, and you can use PayPal as well as the major card sellers. And if you really don't want to pledge right away, you can always just hit the button Skip Pledge. Once the dare is approved, the streamer gets a notification that their new dare is live, and you can get involved too to make sure that they get it done. You can share the dare via all social media platforms and let people know that your favorite streamer is challenged. And if you are seeing them do a dare that they're already working on, you can actually help motivate them by pledging some more monies. Just filter by looking up the streamer. Check out all the dares that they have to help motivate them. You can hit the button Pledge Dare to add more contributions to the challenge so that they can be motivated to complete that challenge. And once again, make sure to check out Dare Drop.
Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds.
If we are one grain of sand in the middle of the ocean, can you try to understand how a touch can cause explosions? Eyes up, eyes too great to be landed. Eyes up, way too great to be standing.
They ain't never gonna stop us, flying at 'em like choppers, better took those risks, cold blood in my fists, we fire starters, one out of a million will reach those heights, always gonna feel that I won't deny that work, never could toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys. Rise, cutting my size, trying to make sense of it all comprised. Yeah, highs, spinning these skies. Never stuck down, feeling paralyzed, but I'm up now. We all too late to fall. Yeah, anyone coming, I'ma lift them all. Never look down when there's risk involved. They got guts, gotta learn, I gotta wish it all. Ain't got no feelings, we just floating. Yeah, I'm that grain of sand that made it out the ocean. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
So rise up, rise up. We are the apocalypse and a path that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the hype won't scare us falling. So rise up, eyes too great to be landed. Rise up, way too great to be standing.
They ain't never gonna stop us, flying at 'em like choppers, better took those risks, cold blood in my fists, we fire starters, one out of a million will reach those heights, always gonna feel that I won't deny that work, never could toss, look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys.
was fantastic.
Even your girl was probably cheering for Milos.
You? Are you your girl? Our
No,
girl?
I am my own girl, yeah.
I've been told you can't forget where I've been once I have left. I wanna hear what that mark meant. There's nothing sad or nothing odd. Hate me or love me, I'll drive you wild. Let it all go, give it to me. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I need to hear you scream, scream out my name. I need to hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. Can't take for granted where I've been. Went through hell and back again. Scars on my mind, and bruises and skin. I lean on you when times get tough. When they drag me down, you pick me.
Your life.
Welcome back, everyone. We are coming back into this event. We're going to have Apple Boom versus Nelly. This is going to be a very exciting matchup. Julie, how do you feel about it?
So I've known Apple Bloom for many, many years now. We played as Soul Calibur 5 together. We were both part of the Knights of Avalon. You know, I've known they're a very talented player. She used to play Geralt actually because character wasn't in the game yet. Tilda has been her main since Soul Calibur 5. I'm not sure if she played 4 honestly. Stuck to it and was very good at her. I mean, obviously one of the top Hilda players in America. However, Nelly looked very strong, like straight up just.
Yeah, I would have called that an upset versus their
Yeah.
opponent previously. Nelly's definitely a great player, but I wouldn't have predicted that outcome against Indy. So that was fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting match. And guys, don't forget at home, we got the Matcherino in the chat. You can use !Matcherino, click it right there. You use promo code QOTH3 to put some free money in there. And also you can donate directly if you're feeling ever so kind. And I believe we just hit over $350. Thank you guys all so much for that. That's absolutely fantastic. That's all going to be for the final event. This is a qualifier for the finals, and that prize pool will be put out then. But thank you guys all for your support. It's so fantastic.
Obviously, every donation, everything, even just the code is very important. It's how these players can keep playing. It's how we can keep running events. So, if you have it and if you have anything or even, fingers to type the code with, make sure you do that.
Every little bit counts. It doesn't seem like a lot, right? It's only a little bit of money for that code, but when everyone in the chat starts doing it, 50 cents here, 50 cents there, that starts working into dollars. That's how math works. It's crazy.
And then the dollar turns into tens of dollars, into hundreds of dollars. It's crazy what math can do.
Yeah, it's great. A little bit goes a long way, so thank you guys all so much. But yeah, this match is going to be very, very exciting. As you mentioned, Apple Boom, she's a phenomenal player, veteran, been playing for a long time, definitely a Hilda specialist, and does great things with the character. And she likes to kind of sometimes test on what you know with the character, kind of knowledge check you with certain combo enders and certain max damage things on the wall rising charge B combo. Do you know how to tech out of this? If not, you're going to be going to damage town because that combo does an insane amount of damage.
Which is great, why wouldn't you knowledge check, especially when you get so much extra damage? I think that's really good to do. I think people should be more willing to do it because I know a lot of people just go for this is safe, so I want to be safe, or I would feel bad if I knowledge checked my opponent because I don't really feel like I won. No, all of that. Well, this is a competition. Just throw all that in there. Whatever little damage you can get that's extra, all of that is worth it.
Yeah, and definitely Nelly, no one to be underestimated. Getting upset earlier on has been an extremely fundamental player, right? Taking advantage of the frame trap situations and did a great job of conditioning her opponent. So these are going to be two very solid players going into it, and I'm interested to see what they're going to be bringing to the table.
I think a big thing will be Apple will have to understand back turn K placements. Wall rising B has to respect it very much or be very willing to step, which I think Hilda is very good at doing sidestep moves. There's the 2-2B, there's 6-6-B. There's so many good moves that Hilda has from steps. So
Yeah, and the 2-2B plus K as well is also a fantastic
yeah.
move. Oh, we got the Huang, not the Keelik coming
Ooh.
through. This is an interesting thing because a lot of people have trouble fighting Huang because he's a new character and is very string and mix-up heavy.
Definitely has like the most amount of gimmicks in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, ooh, went for the whiff punish, but the string again coming in from Huang. It's gonna be so difficult to deal with if you're not 100% sure on them.
She already has both for Gallia. Let's see if she'll be able to use it. Okay, there's one down.
Mm-hmm. Nice, though. Nelly getting in with the whiff punish has the ring edge pressure.
Oh, I was fishing for that reverse ring up, but getting clipped by the third hit of that there.
Mm-hmm. Not out of this one yet, though. Gets the counter hit again, spreading the regalia, has a knockdown. The reverse situation, but Nelly keeping it solid. We saw what we mentioned earlier on, but the string is coming through, and the string awareness definitely being a very large boon for Nelly, getting a lot of counter hits on those strings.
However, Tilda definitely has her own big line of strings waiting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice, getting the counter hit there on the whiff punch, getting it the string, getting the relaunch, so much damage potential coming in from Hilda. Has the mix up and works it in with the 6B plus K again, getting the mix up there. That's such a great Oki situation for Hilda.
Nice. Yeah, that garden packs everything but lows, I think.
I believe so. The ring edge pressure coming in again from Nelly. This is a hard situation to be in. Converted the ring out. Great conversion from Apple Boom. Waited for that moment, got the opportunity, and knew what their win condition was for that round. That was absolutely fantastic from Apple Boom.
That wasn't even a whip punish. That was a straight up counter hit, just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, soul charge.
Approaching with the jumping break attack. It's a great approach tool for Swang and Soul Charge.
Also having a very strong soul charge for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Getting a lot of work done right now. Oh, and getting the run counter. Yeah, it's a hard situation to be in. Like that Huang, when he's in Soul Charge, his mix-up potential goes through the roof. It's already so high, but it gets even better.
I really like how Apple Boom is keeping it very small and then fishing for these big opportunities instead of trying to do too much at once.
Yeah, I like that. Like, look, that right there. Waited for the opportunity, gets the hit, gets the knockdown, and takes that negative situation and works it into life lead. And there again, getting the whip punish. You hit the nail right on the head with that, Julie. Waiting for those opportunities and getting those high damage punishes in those very clutch situations. If you look at just the amount of button pressing between the two players, you had Nelly pressing way more buttons than Apple Boom, but the buttons that Apple Boom was hitting were super consistent. Like every time they pressed the button, it was pretty much they got hit every single time. It was crazy.
Yes, I mean that's what you do, right? That's how you condition people. That's how you what is the word? That's how you bait people into doing things that you want them to do. You have to play very small and then make them think that they're safe, and then you're not going to go for these things, and then that's when you hit them in the face with it. It's very strong. I really like the way Apple Boom implemented all of those moves. However, Nelly did a very good job in besides getting hit and getting counter hit out of the ring and everything else like that. I mean, she was getting more poke damage in by far. So
yeah, and it's not like Hilda's a bad character at the close range, right? Not able to compete in those poking situations. We got Calibur coming out. It's our favorite time of the year. But yeah, did a great job in those situations, taking advantage of those string mix-ups. Nelly did a great job at that, and got a lot of her damage from those situations there, and it was a great job from them. Oh, okay. So it looks like we had a little bit of a technical issue on one of the player sides, computer issue. So we're gonna get back into it. Don't worry, guys. We're not gonna miss any hype games for you guys. We got it all coming in. But let's talk a little bit about Julie. Maybe what the players could be doing different in terms of adaptations, or maybe even character switches. How do you feel about that?
So I don't think like Kilik would be particularly worse against Hilda. Maybe I don't know if Nelly was trying to use the matchup knowledge or if she's just more comfortable playing Huang versus Hilda rather than Kilik versus Hilda. I mean I can see it because Hilda definitely has more damage, and like the bigger your character is, the better like Hilda has better combos on you. But I think Kilik and Huang are about the same size. But Huang has incredible ranges, right? Like his AA, his BB, his grabs, his he's just very big compared to Kilik. So I can kind of see where you would want to check.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Say like people think Huang is a very close. He is phenomenal at close range, but he has a lot of moves that have very deceptive range. We even saw in that first game, Appleboom getting counter hit by moves that she was not really expecting to have the range. Right, the certain like enders on strings go like crazy range across the screen, and getting clipped by those, getting hit, getting knocked down, putting back into the blender. And those were rounds where Nelly looked very strong.
That's what you have to be careful of. Huang is a mid-range character. Doesn't really have like that many safe big damage moves that are fast. Everything is kind of slow, but I mean, there's almost nothing you can block punish. So you like have to be on point with whip punishing, and I think Appleboom did a really good job of being on point with every little whip punish.
Yeah, creating those opportunities, definitely being very patient, and as you mentioned, getting those whip punishes when they mattered most, or even getting the counter hits when they mattered most. Or again, we saw that one huge ring out coming in from Appleboom in that one round firm. That was an absolutely fantastic time in getting the read on their opponent, and that's not easy to do.
But that's another thing. The stage could actually make everything different, because I don't really feel like the Huang was a bad choice. I think the Huang was actually doing extremely well. The only issue was, started getting rung out. Although I feel like Appleboom adapted properly by the time the third round for her happened. So
yeah, definitely great adaptations.
To see if Nelly thinks that she needs to character switch or wants to stay with the information that she had gathered from game one.
Yeah, because not like it wasn't like a blow up, right? It was close. Like it came down. It was final round of that first game. So the thing with the Huang can definitely be something that could work out. It's not like she seemed unfamiliar with the character. It looked very strong, right? Had some great combos coming in. Had great frame traps, string mix up. Excuse me, were there. Did an absolutely fantastic job. Just Appleboom was able to adapt fast and got those counters in.
It's definitely one of those stages where you have to be extremely careful on. Huang only has one reverse ring out, and his forward ring out game is like average, but it's not like amazing. Hilda's ring out game got a lot better from release. She used to have no ring out game, and then they changed the way something works. I don't remember exactly what, but now she can ring you out again. It's not terrorist Hilda from SC4 ring outs, but she can still finally ring you out way better than she could before.
Yeah, she slowly kind of worked up the tier list, Hilda. When she released, people thought she was like, she was pretty good, right? But now she got buffs, and some pretty significant buffs. Other characters got nerfed, and now people think she's a very strong character, potentially even like put her in like top 3.
I always see top 5, top 10 contender. Yeah. Okay, so we are seeing Kilik.
Trying to confuse us with the Huang hood, but it is in fact Kilik.
Do not be alarmed. It is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We got booted out again. Unfortunate, all right? But we did see the Kilik, which hard to say how that would change the match. It looks like we all got booted out. Sweet. So we're not going to be missing out on anything. Fantastic. But yeah, Kilik, is going to have more range potentially than Huang does. Not that Huang has bad range, but he can kind of play a little bit farther back, and he can get those bigger whip punishes at those farther ranges, which can definitely be a boon if you're trying to go for those types of whip punishments. But he doesn't really have the same strength in terms of like the strings and everything. So you're trading the adaptability. You're losing the string offense, which did work pretty well for Nelly in that game number 1.
Hi everyone. Unfortunately, this was an issue that we had with Nelly before we started the tournament. She was experiencing some PC crash issues. So for once, it isn't the wonderful netcode of Soul Calibur. Unfortunately, it is going to be because of her PC. So she has decided and asked our TOs to go ahead and DQ her. We do want to give her a round of applause and definitely much appreciation for her coming out here and actually participating. Of course, you know, things suck. This is unfortunately the nature of our online environment, but the show must go on. So we'll be getting the next match shortly. Commentators, the floor is yours.
And well, unfortunate that we're not going to see a true conclusion to that match. I was very excited to seeing that. That was a very hype game number one. But you know, great stuff to Nelly. You know, sportsmanship, saying like, hey, look, I know my computer's not doing too hot. I'm just gonna DQ myself, let my opponents let the tournament go on. So kudos to you for doing that. But coming up, who is our next match going to be? Let's take. So it's going to be Mayo versus Indy. That's going to be an interesting match. I wonder if Mayo, you know, we saw the Cassandra in Denial, also a Cassandra player. Mayo has the Siegfried. So interested to see. I would imagine we'll probably see the Siegfried versus Cassandra in that first round, but who knows?
I mean, from what I have gathered, Siegfried is pretty okay versus Cassandra. I mean, I wouldn't say he like hard destroys her by any means, but I mean, a lot of her things that she does to catch step are highs, and if she's starting using mids, you got that base hold, right? Like,
yeah, that's definitely very strong for Siegfried to have. One of the things that makes it nice for Cassandra is she is much better at close range, though. She's able to kind of, when she does get in, she's able to bully him. And a great tool that she also has is her While Rising B. It's a fantastic tool for ducking under moves like Siegfried's AGA, which we haven't seen too much from Mayo, but if you know, we do see that incorporated. It's a great counter to that move because if it clashes, you still get a combo off of it. It tech crouches under it, so it can be a solid approach tool for Cassandra, which she is struggling to get in.
The only thing is though, like you said, how Mayo hasn't been using very often. And also hasn't been really fishing for wires in these too often, which is interesting because I really feel like it's one of Cassandra's, you know, like better moves. Although it has been nerfed a few times, it's not as fat anymore. It does slightly less damage, I think. But I mean, it's still extremely powerful. The tech crouch the entire time, you know, counter hit launcher, normal hit. You have a really good knockdown situation that's in your favor. So
yeah, it's definitely a great tool. We saw Party Wolf using that quite a lot at the previous events that happened earlier on in this month. So it's showing why it's such a great move, and maybe we'll see that coming into this match if we do see that Siegfried. It's because it's a great tool in that matchup, especially because he can't do anything about it, right? He can try and sidestep it, sure, but you know, he can't do anything in terms of like punishing it. He can't do anything in that. It shuts down a lot of his options, so that could be something we're going to be seeing in. But going into this one, it's going to be Siegfried versus Cassandra, like we thought it was going to be.
how do you feel about this stage? Like, I would consider it probably slightly better for Siegfried because I think he has better ring outs. And
He does a better ring outs, he has better wall damage, and it's not a small stage, so that he can move around quite a bit. So he could have the advantage there in just terms of that his ability to just run around. But fortunately, we're not going to be able to see that. But it definitely could be a boon for him. But now we saw from Mile earlier on that they don't sidestep a lot, so maybe that weakness that Cassandra does have with the moves that aren't horizontals, or that her horizontals aren't great, that may not be as much of a factor if their opponent isn't doing a lot of sidestepping and trying to avoid.
Right, because, I mean, her mid vertical are freaking amazing. Like,
yeah, definitely. In terms of, she gets string mix-ups on them, she can make them plus on block, like things like 6B. If you're just gonna be standing there respecting 6B, that's an amazing conditioning tool that she has, which normally she has to kind of earn with her worst horizontal moves, right? You're forced to use things like 6A plus B, which is a high. You're forced to use things like 3A, which is very stubby. 6A, again, slower move. Does contain step, but it's not going to be as fast. Or AA is very fast, but not a lot of range, is a high. Yeah. So that can be something to consider going into this match, is how much sidestepping is going to be happening on the part of Mayo. if that's going to be more of a factor, you can get more whiff punish opportunities if In Denial is going for those verticals that we were mentioning earlier. You kind of have to earn them if your opponent is stepping a lot as a Cassandra player.
Another vertical you have to watch out for if you're not stepping is the 6K, especially 6K hold. It is a +10 move. Like,
Yeah.
if he fully charges it, you cannot do anything except respect what she's going to do. So
Yeah, and it has a lot of guard damage behind it as well.
Oh,
Alright, well, immediately the horizontal's coming out, gets the back to B plus K, into the Divine Force, into the knockdown. This is a great round start for Indy.
the grab is going to do a decent amount of damage because she does have Divine Force. Ooh, drop the combo. Nice 2A.
Yeah, oh, got the back turn spin, doesn't go for the lethal hit, just goes for something simple.
Nice block. Doesn't get the punish. I mean, still really important to get that block right there. Ooh, that trade was unfortunate.
Yeah, it didn't have
round that.
Yeah, did not have a life to live through a trade like that, fortunately. And great stuff again. In Denial, just being in a lot of control. And this game doesn't get the punish. Oh no, drops the 236B, I believe is what they went for there.
No, I always think both of them just the scariest counter hits ever. Nice.
Yeah, he's not 4 for B. Oh, that whiff punish.
Yes.
Great call out on the base hold K. You know, the move, it can be a bit of a frame trap after that A slide B +2 on block, I-14, but if you just sidestep, you negate pretty much every option you can go for. So, great stuff from Indy getting that whiff punish.
Oh. Controller issues? Oh, or bait? Bait.
Yep, the classic. Very dominant round coming from In Denial, going all these 1Bs, getting the knockdown. Trying to condition their opponent to try and duck.
I mean, that's how you condition them, right? You have to annoy them with these kinds of moves.
Yep. There's that 6K and the run counter with 5K coming in Denial, taking that 3 rounds straight.
I wonder if we'll see the mirror. I mean, most people always want to avoid mirrors, right? It's just like, I don't want to deal with my own character's tools, you know. You have to deal with them. It's such a weird way when you're playing in a mirror.
Yeah, it almost becomes like who is better at like countering their own character? Like, how much do you know about your own character? In some ways, right? Especially like certain matchups where like the characters are very string heavy. It looks like we're not going to see that. But if the characters are very string heavy or stance heavy, it's like who can beat the character the best is generally how it's going to turn out. But
what also makes it very exciting. I love watching mirrors. I hate playing them. I love watching them.
Yeah, they're definitely a very nuanced matchup to watch. It's 10-0, right? So it's a very controversial matchup for sure.
We have another very neutral stage here. This is slightly smaller than the other stage.
Yeah, smallest starting distance in the entire game, actually.
Yeah. That's why I love this stage.
Oh, the whip punish into the ring out. The 236B shield bash. Good stuff from Indy, taking advantage of the situation. Block and gets the counter hit on the 3B, working into the stance pressure. In Denial, freezing up, getting hit by the mix-up on the reverse side hold.
Oh, getting the lethal hit. Oh no! Drops the combo.
Very unfortunate. His soul charge gonna smash right through that base hold. Has the advantage here. Catches the sidestep with the Beyblade run counter and wakes up doing something that wasn't blocking. And In Denial gonna be up 2 rounds in this game number 2.
Oh, tries to go for that whip punish with the 236. Oh, 668. I like that move so much. It's really good.
Yeah, it gives him the Divine Force. This is definitely a great tool for Cassandra to have. One of her best long-range whip punishers with the soul charge coming in. And this is going to be the ring out. There's that counter hit launch that we were talking about. That Wall Rising B on counter hit gives that launch, able to convert into the ring out and In Denial, taking it 2 games straight. That was incredible.
That was really nice.
Yeah, so we saw a lot from Mayo pressing a lot of buttons on wake-up situations, so maybe In Denial taking advantage of that, going in with that Wall Rising B, gets the counter hit in a very pivotal situation, able to convert into a ring out. And that's why that move's so good. We were talking about it, we were hyping it up, and it finally was shown.
It's an extremely safe tech crouching, you know, counter hit launcher. Very good.
Yeah, very solid move. I'm going to take a look at the bracket here, see who we got coming up next. Looks like we're going to have Vanity versus Apple Boom. That's going to be an exciting match to see. Vanity and Apple Boom, great North American players. Tira versus Hilda. Two characters that have definitely climbed up in terms of their placement on tier list. Tira especially, like when she first launched and the game came out, she was day one DLC and she just did not work at all.
I think this. I'm not sure if it's around. Vanity got second place at the very first Queen of the Hill, where Indy won. Which means that she plays higher than Apple Boom. So I'm very interested to see what kind of adaptations Apple Boom has thought of for this Tira. You can't really lab for RNG, so good luck.
Yeah, you can lab tools, but the RNG factor. Tira, she does have a hypothetical infinite in this game, but you have to be very lucky. But there are clips.
The very first clip I've ever seen of Vanity was her getting like 9 mood switches in a row versus Bibulus or something. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I think I've seen that clip, yeah, where they just keep doing. She just keeps doing like the 6-6B combo to keep getting the mood switch every time. Like, wow.
Oh, both these characters actually have very good backsteps, so it's kind of interesting because usually, it's a big deal for other characters to deal with, but now they both have it, and it's a string for both of them.
Yeah. And that charge move, that two-hit launch attack from Hilda, it is negative on block, but hard to punish from so many characters because it has so much knockback and it has so much range.
Okay. I really like how slow they're both playing. Just trying to figure each other out, except...
Yeah, in the mix-up situation.
Start respecting knockdowns, I feel like, slightly more.
Yeah, people have been mashing on them all tournament long. They don't care about your Oki. Hey, ooh, the run-up slide. Okay, poking him with these 1Ks, 3K. Hilda's kicks, definitely one of her great tools when she's charging.
I love this Hilda gameplay right now. This is classic 101 Hilda.
Mm-hmm.
Starting off with the little 6P to harass. There we go, once again.
Yeah, but the rolls getting called out.
Yes. Ooh.
A lot of mileage was done in that round with just 1K and 3K from Apple Boom. The reason why you're seeing a lot of kicks from Hilda is she's a charge character, so you're holding those down and she doesn't have access to the other moves.
Oh no.
Held on to that lethal hit for so long. The RNG!
Vanity is amazing at Tira situational combos.
Yeah, be able to adapt on the fly and get them is just like a great ability to have.
Oh! That was a nice tech. Oh my goodness. Oh no, okay, I was gonna say. She doesn't have Coda. If she had Coda, that would have been actually good.
Ow. Yeah, into the full combo. Break attack going to be keeping out the pressure. Goes to frame trap with the backstep. Again, it's such a great tool for both these characters.
Can't believe that was out of range. That was crazy.
That was nuts. Is that a block punish? You challenge that string? Apple Boom, you're crazy.
Oh my goodness. I remember how I talked about how the backstep is amazing? Yeah.
Yeah, Apple Boom sees the backstep that Vanity went for earlier on and says, look, I got one of those too, and I'm going to punish that one crazy hard.
Oh. I always thought Hilda should get her regalias after her critical edge, but it's fine.
Right? I feel like it would make sense, like she uses them, but hey. Or if you had them, it does more damage, who knows? But getting the Oki situation, going for the 6 people again, applying that guard damage, soul attack coming through, gonna be powered up right now. Cool! Tried to bait it out, but the patience from Vanity, not gonna get resist impacted.
Oh no! Smashed a little too early and then I was gonna pay the price. Unless...
Yeah, ooh, -16 doesn't get the punish! Oh, counter hit combo on the 1KK. Gonna be closing it out for Apple Boom. Very dominant round. Only took a little bit of like chip damage from soul charge attacks, I feel there. So that was essentially a perfect, but not quite.
It's very hard to get perfects in this game nowadays.
Yeah, with the chip damage added in and everything, you're
It's
not
really
as easy.
when you're literally losing your own HP to do your own combos.
Yeah, I think they have a word. I think certain tiered players call it something like a tier of perfect or something when they didn't get hit a single time, but they hurt themselves to win the game. But that was a very close game number one. But Apple Boom seemed to be able to get the read and adapt to their opponent, and that final round was fantastic from them. Interested to see what we're going to be seeing into this game number two, and if Vanity is able to adapt.
Vanity has been playing this game at a very high level for a very long time now, so it's up to them. So, if anyone's going to adapt, I definitely feel like Vanity can do it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Starting off kind of poorly. Ooh, this is not where you want to be right now.
No, it's not being patient against the string, and the timing from Apple has been on point all tournament long, getting that counter hit into the knockdown.
Oh, but just going for these taunt cancels.
But it's going to the ring edge because Apple Boom working in that slide kick yet again, getting the ring out. That was absolutely fantastic.
All right, super good side step into a really nice quick punish. Doesn't block that. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, and the string awareness not quite there. That's a very hard one because the second hit is so delayed.
Oh my
hit. Little back turn, not going to be working out for you. Vanity hits the high damage combo, gets the mood switch, and going to be backing away, resetting the neutral situation.
Just running in constantly. Oh my goodness. Apple was playing very aggressive this round instead of trying to do more like neutral heavy style. And it's working out completely in her favor.
Yeah, it definitely is, and has a huge advantage. 2 rounds up, and just run up, 3B, critical edge. Gonna get the mood switch after this, so they will be in Gloomy.
And only 3 more to go. Oh my goodness!
The classic taunt cancel in the launcher. It works, and it will always work.
Okay. This is really good for Vanity.
Hilda, though, has the regalia, has the ability to come back in this round.
Also has 2 bars of meter if Apple opts to use any. Nope, that will be the round.
And Vanity not out of this one yet. That was a great use of that taunt, right? It's kind of like you want to approach her so she doesn't get those free mood switches. And took full advantage of that with the tech crouching launcher.
Oh, wow, that felt like a teleport almost. Oh no.
Yeah, has the frame advantage of that A+B. Okay, Soul Charge coming in from Vanity. Gonna try and deny all momentum, but that's gonna be it.
Round.
Apple Boom. There's the perfect. That was a very, very close or clutch game from Apple Boom, taking it 2-0. Oh, it's first to 3. We're already at this point in the tournament. This tournament has been so hyped, I'm losing track of time.
Huh. Okay, so this is not over yet. Oh.
Well, no, they left. They thought it was over.
They didn't even know. Yeah.
The players were on the same page that we were. They were having so much fun that they didn't even they forgot where they are in the tournament. We'll get them back in. Don't worry, chat. But let's talk about it a little bit about what we were seeing, Julie, and some of the great adaptations and callouts from both these players. How are you feeling about it?
So I feel like on the terms of Apple is doing everything right. She's pushing the brakes when she needs to, and then she is going ham on that when it's working out for her. And so she seems to be getting all the correct counter hits, all the correct she's hitting. She's not even counter hits. She's just straight up catching Vanity, twitching or ducking or doing a move. It doesn't matter. She's just been catching her doing a lot of things. Vanity actually started to come back a little bit. The little bait with the mood switch into the 3B was really neat. She should probably start looking to be a little bit more on the aggro side rather than the neutral side, because it's not really working out for her at this moment in time right now. So gotta switch that when it's not working.
Exactly. Or being able to identify what's not working and what is working, right? We saw Apple Boom being very confident in sidestepping, getting those whiff punishes and taking advantage of those situations there. And the timing from Apple Boom was just absolutely incredible. And when we saw Vanity try and change up the pace a little bit, definitely great things, but Apple Boom, such a good player in terms of adapting.
These kicks are just so lethal.
Yeah, they are. They're such great tools. They got buffed up, and now they're just absolutely insane. Okay. Okay. Talk to him. Let me know. Kicking him. Stomping the yard.
Ooh. A little slow, I believe. Nice. That's going to whiff finish.
Yeah, big damage coming through off that 3B launching. Gloomy gets the stance transition back into Jolly.
Okay, so a 6B, very good from Tira. However, can also be considered kind of a crutch sometimes when you start relying on it too much and they start stepping a lot.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Vandy will realize this soon and start switching up what she's using, because it is actually costing her right now for sure.
Yeah, definitely great job recognizing that one and see if they are able to do it. But these kicks coming in from Appleboom, controlling the space, getting the hit, backing away, trying to create these whiff punish opportunities have been so favorable for her so far.
Nice tech throw. That is a high. What?
Ooh, this is gonna be huge damage coming through. Great stuff. That's one of the highest damage full crouch punishes in the game.
Oh, that's not going. Is it? It isn't that.
Yeah, a little bit of guts damage added on. Hard to say. It's gonna come down to this. Ooh, living on a little bit of life.
Oh.
Using that spear for all it's got.
Oh no.
That's 6B. You always gotta be aware of that. If Tira has not used a move and she's in Gloomy, oh my goodness, look at this sequence. Guessing right on mix-ups, getting the RNG in her favor.
He has Sakura. Will she be able to use it? Oh no, you gotta punish that better than that, honey. Move is minus 18.
You gotta be getting all the damage possible, but Vandy not at this one yet. Poking in her face, gets the call it on the GI, but unfortunately not quite in time.
Oh no! Okay, I was gonna say. If she had trusted in the string, she would have got that round, but it worked out anyways.
Yeah, and that was that aggression you were mentioning earlier, trying to get up in her face and pressure and change the pace of the matchup, and we're seeing that right now from Vanity.
Oh my goodness, so good at whiff punching that every single time. That has not been working. Appleboom might want to opt to do different things on her own Oki.
Yeah, maybe working more 6B plus K or something like that, but Vanity mixing up the 6-6A.
Yeah, Dolly Tara strings are so obnoxious because it's just like, hey, I can do 1 hit or 2 hits. You have to guess.
Yeah, ooh, the second hit so wide, catching the whiff punish a little bit too preemptive from Appleboom.
That's a really good step, but oh, obstacle grab, which did not work.
Ooh, the untechable grab. Grabs are punished when you can't tech them. And then that's going to take the round. Vanity tying up 2 rounds apiece.
I'm getting Coda? That's crazy.
This is a great position to be in if you're Vanity.
Okay, getting the soul attack in. Oh, nice auto G.
Is this gonna ring out?
What? That rings out!
That was crazy.
Dang, he'll just cheat.
That was amazing. Like the auto GI call out gets the wall combo into the ring out. What a great call out from Appleboom. The awareness to go for that, getting the confirm into the wall splat. That was like incredible. What an amazing round end from Appleboom. All right, guys, but I think that's it for us for right now. We're going to run into a quick break, so we will see you when we get back.
Hey everyone, thank you again for tuning in to the Queen of the Hill series. We're gonna go ahead and pick the winner of our raffle. I don't see anybody. Why has no one entered the raffle? Guys, it's really beautiful wine glass gift sets. But that's okay. Thank you guys so much, of course, for tuning in once again. We will go ahead and restart that raffle for anybody interested in actually entering. Before we go into the break though, let's go ahead and give some shout outs to our sponsors. 1 second here. Alright, so in addition to the ladies competing for the final prize, which is cash money prize pool. The queen that wins the crown to rule them all will receive a choice of champion creation from our friends over at Calibur Creations. Huge thank you to them for providing this amazing prize. And again, be sure to check them out over at soulcaliburcreations.com/champion creations. And they're also having currently a contest, a designer contest. If anybody is interested and has that talent, go ahead and check them out. Interested in repping your favorite bird squad? Then look no further to the Dynamic Focus store via Acquire, where you can purchase official Dynamic Focus gear. You can also check out the official Queen of the Hills series merch, where you'll find threads fit for royalty. To check out the full collections, be sure to visit acquire.ca/dynamic. And are you enjoying tonight's tournament and enjoying all of the Soul Calibur action and just want to see more? Then check out Team Deuce's upcoming events, including the weekly NLBC Soul Calibur series that'll be happening tomorrow, I believe, as well as their Deuce X Cielo 2 tournament coming up May 1st to May 2nd. For more info, be sure to visit Team Deuce Gaming on Twitter. And with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and go into our break. Don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, Saki Sakura here to talk to you about DareJob. You guys can actually go to darejob.com to challenge your favorite streamer in the game that they're streaming. Once you signed in to darejob.com, you can go ahead and create a new dare for your streamer. Just follow the links below, such as Create New Dare or Create Dare, where you can then select the streamer that you would like to dare, create the title of the dare or the challenge, and write what exactly the challenge is and how they're supposed to do it. Once you have selected the game for the streamer, you can then hit the button Next to move on to the next form. Once you have selected the game for the streamer, you can then move on to the pledge portion. You have a minimum of $1. You can use a coupon code if you have one, and you can use PayPal as well as the major card sellers. And if you really don't want to pledge right away, you can always just hit the button Skip Pledge. Once the dare is approved, the streamer gets a notification that their new dare is live, and you can get involved too to make sure that they get it done. You can share the dare via all social media platforms and let people know that your favorite streamer is challenged. And if you are seeing them do a dare that they're already working on, you can actually help motivate them by pledging some more monies. Just filter by looking up the streamer. Check out all the dares that they have to help motivate them. You can hit the button Pledge Dare to add more contributions to the challenge so that they can be motivated to complete that challenge. And once again, make sure to check out DareJob.
Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds.
side or nothing more. Hate me or love me, I'll drive you wild. Let it all go, give it to me. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I need to hear you scream, scream out my name. I need to hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. Can't take for granted where I've been. Went through hell and back again. Scars on my mind, and bruises and skin. I lean on you when times get tough. When they drag me down, you pick me.
We're always. All right, welcome back, everyone. We're going to be heading into the losers semis or lower bracket semis coming in here. We got Storia, who we haven't seen in this tournament so far.
No, she
but
was
mid-
here last week actually, and got
sorry, in this event.
yeah. She was
In this week.
in grand finals, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't watch until the end, so someone could. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Luckily, we got the results of our giveaway, and the winner is In Denial. So make sure you get in
Woo!
contact with correct people in the chat and claim your reward. Congratulations, you won something. you won a wine glass set. You know what? A wine glass set is really nice. I got a nice one recently, like last year, and I like it a lot. A good set of glassware goes a long way. You look really fancy when you have friends over after this pandemic's done. You look real cool.
I mean, you
It's
can't
like-
have wine in anything but a wine glass, right? Like,
Yeah, it's illegal. The police will come to your house
yeah.
and they'll fine you. They'll be like, "What?" The wine police will show up and be like, "Did you not smell that before you drank it? That's a ticket." It's happened to me.
I mean, she can win that, and she can win this, and she'll have a great night for the rest of the weekend. So
Yeah, qualifying in, going to be trying to get that nice seating in that final event. It's gonna be definitely what you want to see. Be super fast. Yeah, we got Storia. We haven't seen her in this week so far. I made it all the way through the bracket into lower bracket semis, and going to be trying to win. Try and win this event. I believe they were in grand second place last week, which is a great placement. Going to try and edge it out, get that top tier seating for the final event, and try and have as easy way to get as much of this prize pool as possible. Which we hit over $360, which is fantastic. Thank you guys all so much. But these players, they're ready to go. They get in the lobby and they hit play. All
this
right.
is going to be the first Ivy we see tonight, so that'll be exciting. Something new, something fresh, because we've been seeing a lot of the same characters. Obviously, a lot of the same players. That's how that works. But
yeah, Ivy specialist Storia has been rocking with her for as long as I've known of Storia. Ivy, right? You think Storia, Ivy, 100%. So it's gonna be really awesome to see this, and she's very great with the character. So expect to see a lot of what we see from other well-known Ivies. Storia is gonna be rocking that the same way.
The Calamity Symphony, she got those. The Suffering, she got those. You know, so
Key tools to be having with Ivy, and to take advantage of that backstep from Ivy, trying to get away, use that range advantage, but In Denial, not gonna let that happen.
and she's just chasing, which is a really good thing to do. You know, Ivy is not the strongest character up close.
Nope. Definitely not.
Oof, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, nice throw break and just sidestepping around, trying to fish for something, but doesn't get an In Denial. Stand blocking.
Nice 2-2K. That's such a good move.
Yeah, the nice thing with that one, you can 8-way run moves. You can, if you run forward and then press 2 and do the K, you can run forward and do the 8-way run attack. And it's a horizontal low, and it's fantastic.
Good roll to avoid that.
Ooh, nice punish. You threading the needle with that 6-6A.
Okay. Getting some zoning in. Oh, just out of range for that 2K.
Nice challenging that stance transition. Not gonna let that happen for free.
Okay, I like that. You know, completely avoid everything in this chance. Oh!
Not gonna avoid that though. Story trying to go fishing, trying to make something happen, getting pressure right now, and the soul charge gonna deny that. Gets the knock away, and there's that Calamity Symphony that you were talking about. Has those things ready to go. Gets the run up with the damage nerfs. Alright, the 2K.
You know what? When Josh started playing this game and he was like, I don't know what to do, or sorry, Sane, I was like, why don't you ever just run up and CS and soul charge? It's, you know, and it's just so powerful, they're not gonna expect it. And he was like, oh my gosh, you're right. So seeing that made me very happy.
Yeah, and that's hard to do. You gotta buffer that perfectly.
Yes. Oh, but you know, Indy just getting so much damage in already, but it's almost tied up. Just a few more pokes and it'll be tied up. There it is.
But that 6BB gonna get the counter hit into big damage, just the flash kick, but doesn't get anything out of it.
Oh yes, that 6B string is so good.
Big mix-up tool and the patience from In Denial. Baits out the reversal edge. Sometimes a stare down into nothing is all you need. That's the best mix-up.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is punishable. Oh, minus 16.
Yeah. Okay, gets the whip punch on the 2DB, finally spends the meter. Gonna get the knockdown right in front of her as well. So decent Oki situation here. Can try and mix it up with a mid, maybe you know, a command grab, who knows?
Yeah, one of the few critical edges with true Oki.
Yep. Soul charge though. Now that counter soul charge, but the quake from Ivy is a lot smaller, but he uses it to her advantage. Immediately sidestepping and run up into the Calamity Symphony. Yet again, not going to be tech and securing the round. Wow, Storia. What a crazy sidestep from that soul charge whip.
Oh wow, that just did not hit. Okay. Good duck.
Gets a duck, unfortunately not going to be choosing the right button to get the punish, but locking down Storia right now, just frame trapping like crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah, gets the whip punish.
Oh my goodness, that was so unfortunate. That takes up so much of your soul charge bar. It's just gone now.
Goes the 2-2K, gets the sweep. Oh, delays at that time. You saw the Twitch truck from Indy, but the slight delay, able to open that up for Storia.
Oh.
Ooh, gets the back away.
That's gonna kill.
Is it? Oh, no, quite the damage nerfs coming through. The 2K.
Dang, that is a long 2K.
Yeah, she has those long legs. 2Ks from downtown. And Storia, wow, kept it clutch and able to take that. That was very, very clean. And had the life disadvantage at the end of that round, right? But was confident enough and has the experience to know that she can't really force many options with Ivy, and options just back away. And In Denial, trying to just close out the round, had the life lead, only need like one hit, right? One solid hit. Approaches in, and that's when Storia takes advantage. And speaking of advantage, this stage, farthest starting distance in the entire game, definitely a boon for an Ivy player.
And when you're a Cassandra pro, this is not what you want versus this character. Look at how much distance you have to close.
But it's alright, you'll get slide Ks at the beginning by the time you close the gap.
It took her 3 seconds to close the gap! Oh, thank God you broke that.
But that transition has not been working out for Storia at all. I'd like to see maybe a plus on block transition. You see that In Denial is stand guarding a lot. And get the wall splat here. Yes, we are. What's the Oki situation? Goes to the unblockable. Doesn't get anything. The mash coming from Indy.
Oh, no, that's just tech cross.
Yeah,
Nice challenge on that, yep.
Yeah, I like the challenges every single time from In Denial and taking advantage of that stance transition. It's not a great one from Ivy. He's just going for these preemptive 2-2Bs to try and get punishes, but it's not working out for Storia.
You know, we talked about how the stage is good for everybody. In Denial is just making it work, and running in, getting that slide K, and
taking it, making the weakness into an advantage, getting that slide K, the optimal run up, getting the charge time on it.
Also funny to watch in denial just start zoning Ivy, which is generally not what you see.
Spends the meter here, trying to make as big of a comeback as happen as possible. We went for the mid last time. Are we going to see the mix-up? Backing away.
Oh,
Nope. Keeps it simple to AA, gets the side turn, still life disadvantage, but this is what we saw last time from Soria. Able to come back in that last round, but unfortunately missed spacing.
yes. Really good 6B, 8+B, that Divine Force only move.
Yeah. Even with nerf damage, it's still an absolute amazing punish.
Okay, which one is she gonna go for? Is this the 6B?
Oh, ducks into the Captain America shield. Soul Charge coming through, denying this pressure. Trying to make something happen. Just going for some zoning.
This little chip damage.
Yeah, didn't get a ton out of that Soul Charge, but still the situation was favorable. Got the zoning. Neutral situation ready to go, and has the low grab. Goes for the mix-up again, doesn't get it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, great disrespect with the Christmas tree, getting the AGI proc and the 2A. Even though it's not as fast as other ones, it's still enough to close that round out.
She went for it again!
Trick me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Alright, instantly goes to the Soul Charge, does not want to deal with Indy's pressure right now. However, Indy opts to back off, and good sidestep from her right now.
Ooh, tries for the whiff punish, but not quite in time. Soul Charge coming in from in denial, negating that pressure.
I definitely would like to see Storia go for these 2-2-As a little bit more often when Indy is whipping something. I feel like there's been a couple of missed opportunities, especially because that ring out range is so good, especially over like low walls where a lot of characters have trouble. Ivy has no trouble getting over that.
Yeah, definitely.
That was very interesting though, because that's supposed to be the stage for zoners, but
Yeah.
Envy ended up flipping that into her advantage, actually zoning herself outside of Ivy's zone range, which is ridiculous.
Which can be a way to deal with that Ivy's zoning, right? It's going to go into a really small stage here. But yeah, if you're able to just space her out and then try and get a whiff punish yourself after she whiffs like a 6-6-A, or you dash in when she goes for a 6-6-A and you block the first hit and has the second hit whiff behind you, those are great ways to try and deal with her zoning.
This is a much smaller stage, which might actually be in Storia's favor at this point.
Yeah, ooh, the 2-2-A though, those opportunities you mentioned to come, and they aren't quite there, but the Calamity Symphony is going to be a lot of damage.
Gross. Okay, this is a good start. Nice break.
Stare down, okay, gets the block on the B2 hold, but the low command grab, is it going to be enough to kill?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Great patience from Storia.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, not gonna let that happen. Nice block punish though coming in from Indy. Indy's block punishment has been great all tournament long.
Oh, nice. There we go. If you start blocking the 2-2-Ks, I feel like that takes away a lot of how Storia has been getting a lot of her damage, so...
Yeah, I agree.
Recognize that, yep.
Just going in for the zoning, getting the chip damage in, but then these soul charges haven't been doing the most for Storia. They kind of just been knockaways into the zoning, and the disrespect with the Angel Step A to tech crouch, ducking under, and gonna be taking the round.
Definitely a classic Disney that tech crouching with horizontal, that's unsafe.
D2 again. Oh no! Nice tech on the throw. Storia gets the whiff punish. Back away and stance with the lightning. Gonna be negating that backstep.
Nice. Okay, this is what she needs. Earl, once again, the Serpent's Embrace is just not working out for her. In denial's been telling me every single time.
Yep, a lot of blocks. Okay, you don't see that lethal hit too often anymore, but unfortunately doesn't get the full combo. But yeah, that 2-2-B in the stance is just not working out for Storia. story at all.
All right, I like that soul check option gets out of there completely.
Yeah, the Beyblade's coming in again, gets the repeat on it, goes for the 3-peat, doesn't get anything, but the frame trap coming in, catches Story trying to press something, and getting the back grab is gonna secure it for Indy, staying alive. That was a great comeback from In Denial. That first game, you know, definitely it was Story very solid, but In Denial kept it very clean, and we saw all set long. Story going for, I believe it's 2-2B into Serpent's Embrace, which is not a great transition into that stance. And every single time we saw In Denial challenging and getting the block punished, which I think Story could be trying to adapt a little bit for next time. If your opponent's doing that, you want to start trying to adapt. You want to go for different options. And there's other stance entries that you can try and bait your opponent in with. If she's just stand blocking, right? If you go into a plus on block stance transition into Serpent's Embrace and they try and challenge, that's when you can work in like the counter hits with the Serpent's Embrace K, get that launch up, and get the damage that way. So if you're going to be trying to go for that, if your opponent's showing you that they know how to counter it, you're trying to mix it up that way. Or if you got them conditioned to stand block, you have things like Summon Suffering as well, which is another command grab, which we didn't see. And that one is untechable.
Right. However, that was a good showing. Despite that, yeah, you know, maybe out this week, but you know, we still have another one before the finals, so.
Yep, and got second last week, so definitely looking very solid in terms of placement in that bracket if they're able to keep it up, which, you know, definitely did a great job making it this far in the bracket. Some amazing players in this event. Then we got In Denial moving on, but it looks like we've got coming up next. Let's take a look at the bracket again. We are going to have Vanity versus In Denial.
So I'm assuming this will be, you know, the classic Cassandra versus Tira. I've never seen Vanity play anyone else in tournament in my entire life, and I highly doubt I ever will.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's where, you know, going to be kind of seeing. We saw, I think, this matchup earlier on in this tournament, Cassandra versus Tira, I believe. But yeah, it's definitely a situation where Cassandra is a very good character up close, but she does struggle against catching sidestep, and that backstep from Tira can also be kind of an issue, right? Because those horizontals, not a lot of range on a lot of them. So if you're able to sidestep, you're trying to condition your opponent to go for those horizontals, you can open up backstep with punish opportunities with Tira because her back movement's just so great. But it can possibly be something where maybe In Denial likes to go for like things like her own 6B to try and catch those backsteps, which could be a decent option to go for. How do you feel about it, Julie?
Honestly.
It might not.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel? What are your thoughts going into this this next game, Julie?
So when I think of Jolly Tira, I think of the backstep, you know, poke very heavy character, and I feel like Cass has very good run speed, so she can actually kind of like, you know, and prohibit Vanity from doing too much things like, you know, taunting across the stage and all that other things. However, in Gloomy, I feel like Cassandra has good punishment options, but I feel like Gloomy Tira just does so much more damage. Unless Cassandra has that Divine Force, which has been nerfed a lot, though. Well, you know, Gloomy Tira has not, so.
Yeah, definitely the damage differential, especially within Gloomy, like, that's like her high damage stance. When she's there, she has the ability to frame trap Cassandra, even, right? Despite that I-10 AA, like her own moves, like her AA and BB, they've been buffed to be a lot more plus on hit. So you can try and take advantage of that there as well. So that damage differential can be really hard if you don't have Divine Force ready to go as a Cassandra player.
Also, so Tira can sidestep Cassandra, I feel like, a lot of the time, and I feel like Cassandra, like, you can't really sidestep Tira very often. Her horizontals have large range, she has mids, she has high, she has verticals that track you. Like, good luck.
Yeah, it's really hard to try and work around it. You almost want to try and like space her out, but Cassandra's not as good. Yeah, she's not good at doing that.
Out, though.
Yeah, you do have like tools like 6A plus B, like we mentioned earlier, but could be immediately closing that gap with that 6A.
Okay. already having the Divine Force, this is a really strong tool to have this early into the game.
Getting the block conditionings on the low with that 1B as well. Great stuff from Indy.
Ooh, you do have to interrupt that wall rising B with an I-14, I believe. Mid.
Yeah, but the throw is going to be conditioning as well. Punishing your opponent for stand guarding. Gets the whiff punish. Doesn't spend the Divine Force. Wants to save it to try and end this round.
Ow!
Oh,
Oh no! Oh my goodness! All these block punishes are not working out for either player right now. That's a good delayed single B.
Yeah, that was good from Indy. Coming in clutch, kept their composure, and able to get round number 1 of game 1.
Nice sidestep.
Both these players just trading blows back and forth right now, trying to frame trap each other, but the tech step built in. Gonna get the punish there from Vanity. But look at this, just pokes back and forth right now.
There's not been a lot of movement, just a lot of... Oh, besides sidestepping.
Yep.
A lot of just pressing back and forth. Good sidestep, that's gonna do a lot. Oh, she went for the soul attack, and that should be the round.
Yep. I feel like Vanity is guessed right on that mix-up every single time in this tournament. Like, actually, just crazy.
Alright, lots of damage in this early round.
Yeah, but these strings coming in from these players, like, they're just poking at each other back and forth. Gets the back turn people's K, though, into the Divine Force, spending it immediately into the Oki situation, into the run-up throw. Not going to be quite enough to kill.
Oh, yeah, that's safe anyway, so...
That was a checkmate situation, and in denial. Up 2 rounds, 2 bars of meter from both these players.
It might have not been if Indy wasn't prepared for it, because Tira's RE is actually one of the fastest recovery ones in the game.
Hard to say, but got hit by the second hit. Oh my goodness, the back throw!
A nice little cheeky jump over into... But unfortunately doesn't get anything off of it.
Yep. These pokes coming in from Vanity, gets the whip punish, he sidesteps again. Hard for Sandra to deal with, and Vanity taking full advantage of that.
So tense right now. Okay.
Gets the break attack into the throw, but nice tech from Vanity. Needed that to stay alive.
So Cassandra does have moves that hit her own guard gauge, which is why she's the one flashing, not Vanity.
She does over the whiff punish. Great patience from Indy. That's going to be game number 1.
Oh my gosh, she just got Koda.
Too little, too late, unfortunately, in that game, but that was a lot of back and forth from both those players. Like, there was not a lot of, like, super high damage callouts in a lot of situations. It was just, like, AA, 2A, 2K, wall rising K. A lot of that from both of them, right? Just poking back and forth. And then, finally, after a little while, you would see a sidestep into a whiff punish. But a lot of just really tight, like, range 0 poking, which is an absolute pleasure to watch.
Although I do feel like when you're playing, especially Tira, you want to use that 4 button. You want to move around more. I feel like trying to trade blows against something like Cassandra, especially, where she has a lot of very good moves on block, you don't really want to sit there and keep trading back and forth, because she has a higher chance of getting another hit in before you do.
Yeah, definitely that speed advantage working out in her favor, but we're back on this stage, but just runs up into the shield toss. All right, that's one way to deal with that.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's what you want to do right there. Good combo.
Yeah, I'm spending that guard gauge trying to get max damage.
Ooh, whipped that 3B. Nice RE.
Yep. Who's gonna win it out here? Okay, Randy gonna get that meter gain. Okay, there we go. Conditioning their opponent, like doing all those mids, denying the sidestep, and gets that throw in. That's conditioning at work.
Oh my goodness. Oh, such a risky option, but it works completely in her favor. It ain't a risk if it hits, right?
Yeah, that was just a correct decision at that point. Went for the whiff punish, but not quite in range.
Oh my goodness, every time.
Yeah, again on the reverse ledge. We're gonna guess right this time as well. Yes, we do. Vanity is the mix-up master. Nice whip punish though coming in from Indy, but disrespectful wake up from Vanity denies that situation.
That's not gonna hit. Okay. Oh!
Ooh, and it does kill. Wow.
Thought she could with punish that on the ground. Gotta be a little faster than that if you want to do that. Oh my goodness, she backs up out of it. Tira's backs up in the thing.
Yeah, like, it's so hard to backstep out of that move, especially on reaction, but gets the guard break. Okay, spending the soul attack. We've got the mix-up situation here. Staying on the ground, great way to deal with that.
Oh, doesn't get too much out of the soul charge, but it did change the flow of the game, which is very important as well.
Yeah, that throw coming in. What are we gonna see here? Just nothing. All right. Okay, soul charge. Yeah, spending all the resources. If she loses this round, it's okay. She'll get that meter back.
Oh, nice. This is what you need. Oh no, gets the headache. Nice. Made it all out. Very safe.
Yeah, and conditioned Vanity to try and block low because they're going for those run-up throws quite a bit, and opening up that option.
Oh, that's that boomy switch. And now Koda is unlocked and ready to go.
Yeah, if Vanity's able to win this round, it's going to be a huge boon into this next round.
She's in very good position right now. Yeah, you have to be careful when you're challenging that. It is -4 on hit, but that Wall Rising K is a perfect tech crouch
And it tech jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's technically unsafe, but good luck punishing it.
Mm-hmm. Still not in Coda, but does have the resource available, and there it is. Doesn't really matter because they're in soul charge, but still, that's gone. You'll still be powered up.
Nice.
She just backstepped out of Beyblade like that. That was insane.
You gotta be careful when you're trying to contain Tira, man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Nice grab. This is gonna kill.
Wow. Great uses of resources there from In Denial. Taking that round. And those run-up throws, doing a great job. Working in the lows, working in the mids, just opening up those options and showing that basic conditioning can go a long way in Soul Calibur. Right? Throws are super good tools. They're I-18 horizontal unblockable highs that do a guaranteed 10 damage.
They also do a lot of damage on Soul Calibur.
Yeah, like 50, some of them do 60, back grabs doing usually 70. Like, they're high damage. You only have 240 HP in this game, so the throws do a substantial amount of damage, and they're real 50-50s when you get grabbed. But you have to guess front or back. There's no indication on which it is.
This is a first to 3 because this is losers finals.
Mm-hmm. In Denial up 2 games. Wants to close this one out as fast as possible. Trying to fight Apple Boom in the winner's bracket.
Oh, nice block on the 1A. That hasn't been happening too often, actually, so...
No, it's a very fast move. It's hard to block.
Little 2K. Oh, no whip punish, but does get the 2K poke.
You know, and these pokes coming in from Vanity has likely just backing away right now, trying to get their opponent on the approach, but the shield attack, so good.
Okay.
Not out of this one yet is In Denial. Has that fast AA, can try and challenge if possible. Running low on time. Soul Charge can extend that, but one hit away. Are they going to spend it? I don't think that's a good idea.
One of them should do something. Soul Charge? Oof.
No. I feel like that was a hard situation to want to spend meter in. You're one hit away. If you had maybe a little bit more life.
Oh no, okay. That's another thing. Tira has a very good punishment on Cassandra's -12. especially if she gets the boomy. But misses it right there.
Soul attack.
Here we go again. Okay.
Yeah, staying on the ground. Very smart from Indy. Has the experience in the matchup.
Oh, nice.
Into the wall splat. Nice conversion, but doesn't get anything off it. The wake up throw coming in from Vandy, trying to close out this round. And whoa, what a unfortunate RNG situation. I like the delay at the end with that low. That was a great timing from Vanity. Mixing up your timing is so important in Soul Calibur.
Especially with GI being like, what, 10 frames of active frames. So.
Yep.
All this guard pressure being put onto Vanity right now, it could come into play later if she does not win this round.
Yeah, but making a big comeback happen right now. Look at that. Just one sequence and that life advantage is just depleted entirely from Indy.
Literally just one critical edge.
Oh, caught it!
Oh no.
Nice hit confirm from Vanity. That is hard to do online, that 3A hit confirm. Great stuff. You can see like that, like the lay on it. It looked like it wasn't going to connect. It looked like it was just a single 3A, but hit confirm. That is that experience. Train that, and that is an amazing tool to have as a tier player, being able to hit confirm that, especially online.
It's also such a strong move that's super unsafe if you don't hit confirm it. So I feel like it's a skill you should be trying to aim to learn, especially if you want to become a tier specialist. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very good thing to have. But we're going to be sticking with the Cassandra from Indy. I don't expect a character swap. They got 2 games already in this set. But stage switch, maybe just trying to cool off their opponent. We're going to be going into Astral Chaos.
So the thing about Astral Chaos is Tier's wall game is actually insane. I don't know if you've ever seen the crazy move switch combos, but man, that goes up really high. So
yeah, we already established that Vandy has amazing RNG, but gets the volleyball spike into the Oki situation, punishing Vandy for staying on the ground.
Got punished for that. Yeah.
Those 236B is unsafe entirely, but you got 2 of them on the ground. The third one goes unpunished and able to take round number 1 of this game 4.
Okay. They're still playing actually pretty small. They're both not really willing to take as many risks as they should. I feel like.
Yeah, they have the conditioning set in. Just, you know, maybe they're just going poking back and forth, like they're taking turn. A walk up throw could really just disrupt that. Getting the air hit, nice conversion to the back turn. B+K has the Oki pressure right now. Spends the Divine Force on the tornado.
Reed.
Actually, she was in Soul Charge, so it didn't matter, but.
Has almost 2 bar waiting though. This is really good for Vanity if she wants to make her comeback.
Just a walk up back grab? Alright.
Sometimes you just get back grabs.
Yeah, the Soul Charge though coming in from Indy. He wants to be away from that wall, take that advantage back if possible, but the disrespect from Indy with that Angel Step A.
Oh wow, that traded. Very unfortunate, but she does get away punish thanks to it.
Yeah, and that back turn going to be adding a little bit of extra damage for Vanity.
Nice back grab. That's gonna kill. That does a lot of damage.
Those side steps coming in clutch. Are we going to see In Denial adapt and try and go for more horizontal pressure? Those 1As are definitely a start.
Good block on the 1K. Wow, look at that twitch.
Yeah, the back movement though coming from Indy, resetting the situation. Not what we were going to expect going into this one. The Soul Charge getting denied the pressure, pushing Vanity towards the wall, and the Beyblade denies the movement. Great choice of move from Indy.
Okay, no high wall splat, which is very lucky. Ooh, no, you gotta 4K that.
Get 4K, get the AA, something. You can't let her go at that one for free. And
Oh,
there it is, In Denial. Going to be moving on into grand finals where they will fight Apple Boom, who's in the upper bracket. But great stuff to all of these players so far. That was a lot of adaptations coming back and forth. I like that Indy, went back to that horizontal control a little bit, working in those 1As. It's a slower horizontal, but it's a low, so you have to commit to like a step duck to try and avoid it. The throws, they're horizontals. To try and avoid those, you got to either try and tech them, which you're going to be stand blocking, which you don't necessarily want to do against Cassandra, or you got to step duck them to try and avoid those verticals as well, or just duck them. So just that slight adaptation in that last game really coming in clutch for Indy.
Yeah. I wonder how. Okay. I wonder how Indy will adapt to deal with Apple Boom. Apple Boom has been playing extremely well this tournament so far. Has she dropped? Oh, she dropped one game off stream. Other than that, she's just been rolling through.
Yeah,
So.
But speaking of rolling through, we're going to roll on through to another quick break where we're going to have another raffle. So make sure you enter that one. We'll be back with grand finals in just a few.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us in tonight's Queen of the Hill. Before we head into grand finals and before we go into the break, we're going to go ahead and do two things. We're going to go ahead and run our last giveaway of the night. I already see people doing exclamation point raffle and I love it. For this raffle, however, is going to be a soap gift set from our local sponsor, Deb Loved Nature, one of South Florida's most awesomest scented soap vendors. If you would like to see what the gift set is, you can take a look at our Twitter, Queen of the Hill series Twitter. It's QOTHS, I believe, or the QOTHS, and you guys can go ahead and see for yourself what the gift set is. I do want to mention again that gift set is beautifully scented, some little goodies, all right? And definitely go ahead and check that out, as well as the Etsy shop listed in the tweet. And before we go in, we're going to go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors. First, we're going to go ahead and give the shout out to Champion Creations. In addition to the cash money prize pool that our ladies who enter the finale will be competing for, the queen that wins the crown to rule them all will receive a choice of Champion Creation from our friends over at Soul Calibur Creations and their creators. A huge thank you to them for providing this amazing prize. And again, be sure to check them out over at soulcaliburcreations.com/championcreations. I do want to mention that if you are an artist and looking to design, they are doing a costume design contest currently. And are you looking to rep your favorite bird squad? Definitely check out the Dynamic Focus store via the Acquire store, where you can purchase official Dynamic Focus gear. You can also check out the official Queen of the Hill series merch, where you'll find threads fit for royalty. And to check out the full collections, be sure to visit acquire.ca/dynamic. And are you enjoying tonight's tournament and all the Soul Calibur action and want to see more? Then definitely check out Team Deuce's upcoming events. They are actually having a weekly NLBC Soul Calibur series where you can actually compete and see tomorrow, as well as their Deuce X Kylo second tournament coming May 1st to May 2nd. For more info, definitely be sure to visit Team Deuce Gaming. And with that, we're going to go ahead and go to our break. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back with grand finals. Don't go anywhere. Hi everyone, Saki Sakura here to talk to you about Dare Job. You guys can actually go to darejob.com to challenge your favorite streamer in the game that they're streaming. Once you signed in to darejob.com, you can go ahead and create a new dare for your streamer. Just follow the links below, such as Create New Dare or Create Dare, where you can then select the streamer that you would like to dare, create the title of the dare or the challenge, and write what exactly the challenge is and how they're supposed to do it. Once you have selected the game for the streamer, you can then hit the button Next to move on to the next form. Once you have selected the game for the streamer, you can then move on to the pledge portion. You have a minimum of $1. You can use a coupon code if you have one, and you can use PayPal as well as the major card sellers. And if you really don't want to pledge right away, you can always just hit the button Skip Pledge. Once the dare is approved, the streamer gets a notification that their new dare is live, and you can get involved too to make sure that they get it done. You can share the dare via all social media platforms and let people know that your favorite streamer is challenged. And if you are seeing them do a dare that they're already working on, you can actually help motivate them by pledging some more monies. Just filter by looking up the streamer. Check out all the dares that they have to help motivate them. You can hit the button Pledge Dare to add more contributions to the challenge so that they can be motivated to complete that challenge. And once again, make sure to check out Dare Drop.
Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds.
I've been told you can't forget where I've been once I have left. I wanna hear what that mark meant. There's nothing sad or nothing marked. Hate me or love me, I'll drive you wild. Let it all go, give it to me. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I need to hear you scream, scream out my name. I need to hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. Can't take for granted where I've been. Went through hell and back again. Scars on my mind, and bruises and skin. I lean on you when times get tough. When they drag me down, you pick.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are at the grand finals of week number 2 of the Queen of the Hill series qualifier. We have Apple Boom versus In Denial. This is going to be exciting set, and I am looking forward to this one. It's going to be an absolutely great conclusion to this event. Julie, what are your thoughts?
Well, as I was saying earlier, Apple Bloom has been playing incredible this entire tournament. I can't really see anyone taking her down. Maybe I'll be proven wrong because In Denial has been zipping it up in that losers bracket. She looked a little bit shaky at the beginning, and then she started being like, you know what, I know exactly what to do. You know, she started punishing a lot more frequently. She started with punishing, you know, using her soul charge. She's also been playing very on point. So I'll be very interested to see who will discover the other player faster.
Yeah, definitely. And Apple Boom has also been playing incredible, making it all the way into grand finals, taking advantage of her phenomenal timing, catching people out on counter hits constantly, and choosing her button presses extremely well. We saw that all tournament long against Nelly, against the Huang, right? Buttons per minute was definitely a lot higher in terms of Nelly, and the buttons that we saw Apple Boom pressing, connecting, absolutely incredible. So if they're able to bring that into this grand finals, is going to be great. You know, that timing against a shorter range character like Cassandra could definitely work out, but In Denial has not let that range disadvantage affect her at all. We saw against Storia earlier on, even against Indian Port, just full in, using that amazing forward dash or the forward movement that Cassandra has, and just closing that gap instantaneously.
Okay, so there's no crazy characters coming out. It's just going to be that Cassandra versus that Hilda. On this Indian port, I'll be interested to see if Apple Bloom uses the space a little bit more for zoning than Storia did previously. Although I don't really feel like Hilda is a true zoner character. I feel like she's more like, she has good space control, but she's not really a zoner. So.
Yeah, you would think she would be based on that long spear that she has, but no, definitely like she has great whip punishment, but yeah, not really a zoner in the traditional sense, but gonna tech that throw into after the knockdown and kicks coming out. Because we saw so many times before from Apple Boom.
Very nice start. Look at all this damage coming out. Jeez. Good stuff, but just a little bit too slow on that.
Yeah, you got to get those charge bees ready to go, and they can be a little difficult, especially when you're not 100% that you have the charge on deck yet.
Oof. Just catching the tip. Okay, that is a really good single beat to close out that round. A very strong start from Indy. Maybe this stage, just Indy stage.
Because it's Indian Port. You're gonna get the combo confirmed though. Almost 2 bars of meter from both of these players, so that's not gonna be an advantage at all. But there we go, both meter on deck, and look at this back movement coming in from Apple Boom, choosing the engagement, and there's the sidestep into the whiff punish. Huge damage.
What a bait! It's not gonna kill, but one mix-up scatters like the screen.
Yep, that is a low mid or low string after that, so that's a great round ender.
Look at all this pressure coming out. It should be decent guard damage coming out for Apple Bloom right now. Alright, really good. Realizes that Apple Bloom is using a lot of slow moves, so now Indy is challenging. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, and just dancing in and out is Apple Bloom, right? Taking advantage of the stand guarding a lot from Indy, so just able to try and bait out those whip punishes a lot easier.
Alright, just instantly goes into that soul charge, does not want to do anything else.
Yeah, and there's that
Really good damage.
No, but the sidestep whip punishment, just nothing is gonna stop Apple Bloom from sidestepping. And she knows that that is the weakness of the character, and it's just gonna try and exploit it as best as she can.
Oh no, that's going to be the round.
That is a lot of damage off of that, and the meter spend, we take rounds in Soul Calibur. Has another bar meter to work with in this potential final round, so gonna be not a disadvantage really at all.
Well, my thing about Season 2 is you get meter very, very quickly as every character, so I feel like if you really need to close it around, just do it.
Yep, definitely. Okay, the 1A is coming in to try and stop the side movement, but the counter hit into the soul attack. Powered up right now, counter soul charge coming from in denial, does not want to deal with that advantageous position that Apple Bloom was in.
Darabachi again?
Yeah, oh, went for the walls, but didn't quite get it. I like the attempt, though.
No punish on that 6B, A plus B. It is minus 12.
I believe so, yeah.
Alright, throwing up the Nanos. Backstepping! That's another character that can just backstep that Beyblade. Gotta be careful with their spacing.
Yep, you gotta be on point with that. And yeah, as you mentioned, these characters have amazing backsteps to be able to just avoid that tool, which is normally so good at locking down your opponent when you pop soul charge. Because right when you get that soul charge quake, you knock your opponent backwards. So when you're a close range character like Cassandra, you need to close that gap. One of her best tools is that Beyblade. She advances forward incredibly far. It's good on block, but Hilda's we just saw just backed away entirely. Doesn't care. I'm just gonna keep backing all my problems away and then get that whip punish to cure that game. And Apple Bloom looking very solid to take actually this grand final, right? A nice round number 1 victory like that.
Right, in case you weren't here earlier, Apple Bloom is the one on the winner's side, sitting comfortably. There will be, even if she loses this first set, she does have one more to work with.
Mm-hmm. Nice, these sidesteps are so good for Apple Bloom. That's such a great whiff punish tool and like just poke tool that 2 plus K plus on block. It's insane.
Look at all the guard damage already been done. This is not even the complete first round yet.
Especially because she can also self guard damage herself to get access to more powerful moves. But gonna get the guard break and the lethal hit. You don't see that too often. Great awareness from Apple Bloom. And oh my goodness, that kill. Wow. What an insane way to win a round number 1.
Good sidestep once again. We talked about this a lot, but cannot emphasize how hard it is for Cassandra to contain your step.
Mm-hmm. Gets the hell sweep, spends the regalia, get max damage possible this round. Looking so good for Apple Bloom. Maintaining this pressure, tries to go for the frame trap. Indy does not give her any of it.
Getting that divine force, trying to make something happen. Wow, what a whiff punish.
Yeah, in between the string too, like the confidence. Just sidesteps, recognize the first hit whiff, goes for that I-16 critical edge, and gets the round.
Hello.
I hope there's a woos in chat.
It's a crime to not do it for that.
Yeah, oh my, look, just spreads the needle. Gets the counter hit on the whiff punish. Wow, Apple Bloom is just so good at that.
Oh, good block, but that is only minus 12.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
frame.
we stopped seeing the little like kick harassment that Apple Bloom was doing earlier. I wouldn't, but I mean it's working so far. So
Yeah, getting a lot more mileage out of like this bait and punish kind of style, backing away, getting sidesteps on the strings, and that's where Apple Bloom has been doing very solid in this set so far.
oh, except all these lows are coming in really clutch for India right now. Really good tech crouch option right there. Opts to go for the soul attack, has both for Gallius, but that's just going to be an easy whiff punish, and that will take that round.
Yeah, good stuff from Indy, keeping their composure, and gonna let that string whiff and then get the whiff punish accordingly. Great stuff. But there's these kicks coming in now, changing up the pace. Apple Bloom, these adaptations just snap like that. Insane.
Okay, this is what she needs right now. All this Sandra pressure, except that is going to do a lot of damage.
It is. Has that
Oh,
ready to go,
nice.
but Soul Charge coming through from Apple Boom. Needs to make a comeback happen in this round. Gets the chip damage coming through, but run counter from Indy keeps it patient. Just blocks this through. Had the life lead to just block it out and able to take the round.
Wow, she even backs up that. That's crazy.
It is with these frame traps coming in from Indy, just not letting Apple Boom get away right now. I like the incorporation of these 1As.
Alright, off the full charge. I feel like it might be a little too late. You already took so much damage and now you have to get back in.
Yeah, and that counter hit gets on the last part of the string, and In Denial tying it up 1-1 right now. We saw a great adaptation from that one round from Apple Boom, but In Denial wasn't having any of it. That aggression shift from Apple Boom did not pay off, and In Denial able to keep it solid, being very patient, and made the adaptations herself, right? Countering, getting those sidestep counters to things like 1A was very solid, incorporating throws a little bit more to just deny those whiff punishes that Apple Boom was getting with those sidesteps.
So Apple Boom did something really cool once. She jumped the low. I hope she continues that. I'm pretty sure Hilda has a lethal hit for things like that. I could be wrong
I believe
about
she has like a jumping kick that she can do.
that. Right. Yeah, you kind of should use those, especially when it's adding up so quickly, because it's just like a plus frame low into a plus frame low, and it's just continuing. So I definitely want to start looking into that.
Yeah. Okay, we're back on Indian Port. Worked out good for Apple Boom last time. We'll see how it does now, but In Denial has the momentum off that last round win.
Ooh.
So really back from Apple Boom into those whiff punishes.
Got it. That's the second hit. Or the last one. Oh, please. -18. Okay, that's fine.
Went for the interrupt that time, but In Denial has the string ready to go, punishing that whiff punish attempt.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna hurt.
Was punished for the crouch grab attempt because there was crouch. Good job. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, great stuff from In Denial, keeping it patient yet again.
Alright, just small, lots of AKs.
Yeah, the 668 is also coming in from Indy, containing that movement, gets the whiff punish with the 6BB.
Oh my gosh, the mix-ups!
Yeah, Soul Charge is going to be negating this pressure, gets the knock away, trying to backstep away, but recognized that it wasn't going to get far enough away. So,
nice.
Apple Boom, she blocked it out.
Nice.
Yeah, the string pressure is so hard to deal with sometimes when Cassandra's in your face like that, pressuring you, getting those frame traps off.
Stagger pressure is definitely one of the things Cassandra is very strong at. Oh, Daisy! K's are behind this, I'm pretty sure. Or punishable. Or maybe not by Hilda, I'm not actually too sure.
Yeah,
that's
but moved that round from In Denial. So dominant. Walked Apple Boom all the way to the end of the stage, had the wall pressure, and closed it out with the throw. That's one thing maybe Apple Boom could start potentially trying to add to her game, right? She has the conditioning in these situations where Indy is just blocking it out, right? Because you'll go for the frame trap every single time. So maybe trying to incorporate a dash up grab would be a great way to just mix it up in a situation where you have the conditioning against your opponent. And Apple Boom, we've seen, is very good at adapting, so maybe we'll see that out of her.
There's also the usage of defensive tools, auto GIs, backstep. There's a lot of things that could be done because Indy is just keeping up a lot of like the frame pressure right now, and it feels like Apple Boom is having a really hard time getting her off. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to block against someone who can be perpetually +2 if you just sit there forever. So
Yeah, definitely. So I'm interested to see where we're going to go in here. We got a small stage. Look, we got Astral Chaos again. With the walls up, definitely a pretty tiny stage. The walls break after 3 hits. You know, they expand a little bit, but now you have ring outs available to you.
Nice back step, nice and easy. Nice block on the 1A, but hasn't been punishing it even though she has been getting a lot of good blocks on this.
Yeah, ooh, drops a combo there, unfortunately.
I like the fact that she chose to challenge the 8K because it is minus on hit.
Yeah, and then gets the auto GI. Apple Boom has been so on point with those auto GIs all tournament long. Yeah, so Divine Force ready to go. Has the plus frames here. Again, going for the frame traps, but Indy, you know, not having any of it, just not pressing. That's where those throws are going to come in clutch. Ooh, went for the mix-up again. Went for the back throw last time. Apple Boom, not going to let it happen again.
Okay. This is kind of a risky soul charge, but I do think it's worth using just because you want to start up a momentum for the overall game pace. Not
and
even
you force a bar out from your opponent as well. And if you can get the round win, potentially that'd be huge. But you know, you didn't get the round, but you did force that meter out of your opponent, which is a huge resource from them gone. So that's not the worst situation.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about with that stagger pressure from Cassandra. It becomes really dangerous because you start just sitting there, and you don't want to really be a sitting duck in Soul Calibur 6 because it really rewards you for trying to constantly do something.
It is okay, and then Clash and Apple Boom, a life disadvantage, but has the wall pressure.
That's not a back grab apparently.
Okay, the wake up, getting the whiff punish off of that low stomp with great stuff from In Denial.
Nice critical edge.
Wow, that was crazy. You just did that? Insane.
Let's do into a grab.
Yeah, it gets
Fine
back.
force. Yep.
And great stuff from Indy. That was a huge call out on that critical edge as well. Like that 6-6, was it 6-6B? And then into the break attack immediately after trying to keep that advantage up, but In Denial had the call out, went for the critical edge, and it's not random if it works.
That was a reset. So
yeah. In Denial, right? This is what we talked about earlier. Apple Boom has 2 brackets to work with, as she has not lost a set up until this point. So In Denial, with that round win, is going to reset the bracket. Both players now in the lower bracket, which means that there is another 3 out of 5 to be played.
yes. I feel like longer sets have actually been turning into Indy's favor, so we'll see if Apple Boom can readjust her game plan, because it looked like it was showing signs of life at some points, but then Indy just came right back with, with anything like that critical edge read and all these other things. So maybe like the slower buttons should be used less, and she should be trying to keep In Denial more in check, as opposed to just trying to do something big.
Yeah, and keep up the frame advantage a lot is what seems to be like what Apple Boom is doing, right? Going for like a hit into a break attack, into sometimes another break attack, where if you go for other options, try and keep your opponent honest, like throws. Great way. I like this adaptation already from Apple Boom.
Nice. Okay. I really like the fact that Apple Boom is doing her best right now to force Indy to respect, because that's what you have to do in this situation. You have to duck the second string of that 6-6B.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, but there's the mid mix up with the 6K. Just disrespect counter hit. Gets the attack throw attempt, but Apple Boom techs correctly. And that 1K gonna secure round number 1. Has the knockdown pressure into the ring out. Wow, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. That ring out range. I did not expect that to happen. Goes for that 6XP plus K again, but in denial, I'm not going to have anything.
That trait, or not gonna give her anything though.
There we go with the sidestep catches as well with those 3 A's coming in from Indy.
Alright. Soul charge after playing it very slow. Doesn't want to get hit. Ooh, tried too hard to backstep it. Did not have the spacing for that.
Yeah, but there's that wall rising charge beat so much damage. Oh, went for the break attack lethal hit, or the break lethal hit, but not quite enough guard stamina.
Did get a lot. Ooh, no. I was gonna say she got a lot of guard gauge, but did not matter.
Yeah. What a challenge from Indy, taking advantage of the habit that Apple Bloom showed by trying to press on all those round starts.
Oh no. Okay, that's a start to something.
Just has the sword really goes for the sweep. Do or die here for Apple Bloom right now. Needs to make something happen to stay alive in this game number 1 bracket reset.
Oh my
and
god,
that's a start. Oh, but the Twitch duck, that BK, that mid coming in for In Denial, going to be securing game number 1 in this bracket reset.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
I really feel like Apple Bloom should stop trying to backstep the Beyblade too often. It's been clipping her at the very end, and it's been costing her a lot. She should probably switch it up a little bit more, whether it's, just respecting the move, soul charging back, do something else that's not just trying to get out of there every single time.
Yeah, she can backstep it, but it's range dependent on like how the starting distance when she activates the move, right? So if she runs forwards a little bit more and then does it, then you're not in that range. And besides, you mentioned getting clipped by that last hit has been detrimental to Apple Bloom.
All right, so we have a much smaller stage.
Yeah, so we're not going to see those run-up attacks probably nearly as much. And goes with the whiff punish immediately, but not quite in time.
Okay. Slide.
Okay, knockdown. Pressuring again, and there's the string mix-up. Such a great round-ending tool that Hilda has access to. The backstep right away from that round changed the pace up entirely. Okay, some sort of weird issue happened there, but...
Wow.
That was a
slide backstep into the recharge.
Has the Oki pressure with these 6 people's Ks, but In Denial waits patiently, chooses her moment, and presses accordingly.
Oh no, got a little bit too quick on the trigger there and gets under hit. Wow, that 2-2K really good.
These backsteps so good for Apple Bloom, but unfortunately not quite in time. But the back turn B plus K into the low, not aware of that string.
Alright. So she went for that grab because, oh no.
There's that challenge.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's that challenge you were talking about, right? Something maybe like a soul charge would have been a good option there. But alright, still alive, 1 round apiece. That's the throw, gets the knockdown. What's the mix up? Goes for the sweep, we knock down again, has the wall pressure, but In Denial, taking advantage of frame situation, forcing her turn again.
6-6-A-B, or 6-B-A. I mean, it's working.
Yeah. The counter hit, but soul charge coming in from Apple Bloom, denying that pressure. But now to get back in, catches the run counter with 60 plus K. Huge damage potential. We see Indy trying to sidestep out of these situations. We're going to see it happen again. No, it just goes to the soul charge.
Made good blocks from Indy, just being so patient, not wanting to risk anything. Oh no!
It's gonna hurt. Not gonna be quite enough to kill, but good Oki situation afterwards and delays the low kick. I did not know that hit grounded, but now I do.
First it does, but in the Spear Regalia, the pickups do not. Oh no!
Wow, threads the needle with that. Gets the guard break. Okay. Keep it simple. 3B in the launch. Probably didn't have charge ready to go. So just keeps it simple. Gets a solid amount of damage.
Maybe not as much damage as you would hope, but you know, it's not terrible.
Keep blocking it out that time.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely, but threading the needle is Apple Boom so good at placing that move.
Oh no.
And whiff. Okay, the forward turn, saving Apple Boom. Able to tech that back grab, soul charge, bar for bar.
Oh no.
And went for the poke, tried to counter hit Indy on that Beyblade attempt, but unfortunately, the move that Apple Boom chose was just not quite in range. And now we have In Denial potentially making a 6-game sweep against Apple Boom. Apple Boom won the first game of Grand Finals, and In Denial after that has won 5 games in a row.
Right. There's just a lot of the stagger pressure, a lot of the strings aren't being dealt with properly, and it's giving her a lot of mileage. You really have to duck the 6-6BA to deal with it 100%. You don't even need to deal with the last mix-up at the very end. You really have to duck those AAAs, you really have to duck BK. There's just so many little things that are very hard to keep track of, you know, while you're in the middle of playing. But very important to do, especially for the way Indy is playing this set right now, where she's getting a lot of damage out of moves like that.
Yeah, definitely. And Apple Boom's getting a lot of damage out of like those whiff punishes, but Indy has been adapting and kind of cleaning that up a lot more and not giving as many opportunities for Apple Boom to take advantage of those whiff opportunities.
Okay, I like this stage more for Hilda than Cassandra. Cassandra's not really known for being the greatest ring out character unless it's off of her 3-3B. Also, I feel like this is the amount of space that's really good for both characters, though.
Okay, has the frame advantage. Going with these low pokes. Again, you have the conditioning of your opponent stand blocking. I'd like to see Apple Boom try and take advantage of that a little bit more. Okay. Nice stuff. Closing out that round. Apple Boom trying to make something happen, trying to deny this, trying to close it out and try and make a comeback happen.
Nice side step, but that is in the air, so she can't get anything off of that.
Oh, but that's going to do a solid amount of damage here. 6B plus K into the Oki situation. Goes for it again, applying the guard pressure.
Oh.
Whoa, that box step was crazy good. That is not an easy move to 1, sidestep, and 2, whiff punish.
Right.
Like, that move has crazy recovery. The fact that Apple Boom box step perfectly, acknowledged the whiff and CE punish there, that was incredible.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, we got the taunt cancel setups.
How much meter she got? Ooh, didn't even notice that. Good block. Okay.
All right, Apple Boom, 3 rounds straight. That was crazy. What a comeback!
Dominant, I would like to say.
Now, to win this event, Apple Boom needs to win 2 more games in a row.
Yeah.
Right. If In Denial wins 1 more, that's it. The event's over. In Denial is your champion.
Apple Boom fighting for her first title, and Indy fighting for her first title in this series, but she has won the separate Queen of the Hill run by Boom himself.
Lord Boom, always putting on fantastic events. But, yeah, In Denial trying to deny this comeback.
This is one of the more unique stages. You get your own announcer, you get the little dude in the beginning with the flags.
Yeah, the Sam Show stage. Yeah, it's a cool addition to Soul Calibur. And a nice nod to the game where Hamaru comes from.
Yeah, a lot of 1-8 is working really, really well. It's containing everything, and it's a tech rush.
Yeah, and it's relative. It's not that punishable on block either, so it's definitely a solid tool.
I'm getting that divine force. Indian Nile has been doing a really good job of getting her divine force very early, and it's been very good for her.
Yeah. Getting it early and knowing when to spend it. Like, if you keep it, you get situations like that where you get guaranteed kills off of counter hits.
Right.
A Soul Charge denies that frame advantage pressure that Appleman went for. Goes for the challenge, but fortunately it was at -8 after that Soul Charge Quake hit.
Still in the divine force after the Soul Charge. Oh, nice! Whip punish to that grab. A little bit antsy on Indy's part.
Yeah, 60 plus K. Find that guard pressure. I don't think quite a threat to get guard broken, but definitely a favorable position right now for Appleboom to take this round.
She's trying to win with. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, she tried really hard to win without breaking that guard so she could have that for other rounds. And successfully does that.
Yeah, it's a huge resource to have your opponent flashing at the beginning of a round.
Especially, you saw how much damage that Lethal did earlier. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, Appleboom can set that Lethal hit up again after a guard break. That's going to be huge. Oh, gets the whiff, but unfortunately not quite in time to get that whiff punish that time. Goes for the guard pressure, but Indy staying on the ground just enough to have that vertical whiff right over her head.
Has both Battalions getting freaky. Nice!
Yeah, it goes for that back grab, but unfortunately that is not the true punish there. Gets the guard break. The wall splat. I don't think it's going to kill, but maybe a decent Oki situation afterwards. Spends it, doesn't get anything. Is this a punish? No, it's not! It was out of range! That's unfortunate for Indy, but Appleboom is going to be smiling after that one.
What the? Okay.
That was weird.
Alright, just want to close this out.
And bar for bar right now. Okay, the second hit of that string, keeping Appleboom safe, but in denial. Gets the advantage afterwards.
It's so tense, I can barely, like, speak.
The guard opportunity, the guard break opportunity is a potential comeback in this round, but no, the string coming through for Indy. Staying alive, needs one more round to take this event. Appleboom needs this round to stay alive.
Has really big meter advantage. That's a whole twice as much. Okay, and
has that guard pressure as well. We've seen how much damage it does. If we can get this guard break, Appleboom, this is a huge resource to have.
okay, that's not gonna do that much damage, but it's a start.
This has the frame advantage. Going with the string. Okay. No block punish on the -16.
Or the -18. It's okay though. Oh.
There's the sidestep into the whip punish, but it was too late! Oh no, not out of this one yet. And now fighting for her life, blocking, going into the 1A with the 2-hit challenge. Gets the counter hit on the sweep follow-up afterwards. And Appleboom tying it up. Taking it to our final game.
Yeah. Man, imagine winning 5 games straight and being like, oh, here we go. Just one more, It must be, it's so mentally taxing to be in this state. But
yeah, they've played a lot of games. They've played, this will be game 9
yeah.
for these players. So definitely a long set. A lot of adaptations happening back and forth, right? That stamina depleting. You can only play at your maximum potential for so long, right? It's definitely taxing, especially without a break in between sets. It starts weighing on you. So this is again turning into a battle of endurance. And we're back on Indian Port.
Oof. Yeah, and Denial has played like 4 sets in a row. That's insane.
Talk about the gauntlet. Still not gonna let it get to her. Going for that throw pressure again. Nice, opening up those options, mixing it up little by little. Has a divine force on the back turn. B plus K, huge resource available to her now. Nice patience, gets the read on the low block, and that 6B A plus B smacking down that round 1 victory. Guard pressure, though, is still a factor for Indenial to keep in mind. And Apple Boom going in with those kicks again, trying to just poke her away. But battling at this close is definitely favorable for Indy.
Not to say Hilda's terrible up close, though. Hilda definitely has a lot of things to do.
She can, but Cassandra is definitely a little bit stronger at it. Okay, gets the break. I don't know how much damage you get off this.
Apparently not very much, but gets the full attack. Oh no, that's it.
Wow, what a disrespect from Indy. Doesn't care about your Okazemi. Gonna press those buttons, and it's up 2 rounds. 1 more round for Indy, and she will be the champion. Apple Boom, though, has the meter, but the lethal hit. Dropping the combo. Very unfortunate. Apple Boom has this bar meter. Can make this comeback happen. It's not over yet. Plays poking back and forth, coming down to the wire, gets the throw. He's gonna get the divine force after this as well. Oh no, never mind, it's wrong throw.
Still flashing, but it has been flashing like the entire set. It's not. It only mattered like twice.
Yeah, well, she uses the divine force move that heals her guard too, so
Yeah.
you have that.
Ooh.
And the disrespect on the angel step. A plus B again. In Denial, taking the final game in the set. 3 rounds straight.
Amazing run on Indenial's part, coming from losers quite early actually, and having to play so many games in a row, manages to barely clutch it. Apple Boom almost made that comeback, but unfortunately, you know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But you know, nice games from everybody today.
Yeah, it was a very exciting tournament to be a part of. And In Denial taking it, she'll be your champion, going in, getting great seeding into that final event, competing for that Matcherino money. Let's take a look at the Matcherino, see where we're at for right now. $360.95. Thank you everyone in the chat using those coupon codes, donating directly. You guys are all fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, Julie, it's been fantastic commentating with you for this event.
I had such a great time. This was our first time, and I felt very comfortable, so that was amazing.
Yeah, it was great. I had a lot of fun. Your analysis is on point. You're a fantastic commentator. So those of you at home looking for a Soul Calibur commentator, Happy Toki, check her out.
I pick him.
Hire both of us. There we go. That's how we solve the situation.
However,
Hire some.
Commentators are only as good as the players that played today, so I want to give a big shout out to all the ladies that came out.
Yeah, fantastic games all around. The quality of gameplay was just so high today. So many hype matches. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to see a little bit more of Nelly. Fortunately, there were some PC issues, but looking like such a strong player in terms of like her fundamentals and playing multiple characters. Her Huang looked great. Her Keelik fundamentals were solid. Hopefully, maybe next week the PC issues will be cleaned up a little bit. We'll see more of her, but fantastic play from all these players. Like Apple Boom played fantastic. Vanity did amazing. In Denial, of course, winning this week. Great adaptations from all of these players, and really not letting the weaknesses of their characters holding them back. Right? We've talked about Cassandra. Her horizontal control is definitely her weakest part. We saw those 1As coming in. The throws also denying that side movement. So great stuff from In Denial being able to take this. And this has been a fantastic event. But I believe we have a winner for the final raffle of tonight.
We do. Hi, everyone. The winner of our soap gift set is Apple Boom. Let's go. Apple Boom and In Denial, you guys have won our raffles in addition to performing your hearts out on this world stage. Thank you so much, ladies. Please DM Saki Sakura TV after the stream is over. I would like to give huge thanks to Zubaz and Happy Toki for commentating this amazing event. We really appreciate you. Top 2 got raffles. Yes, indeed. That's Streamlabs. That's not me. That's not me. It's Streamlabs.
It was rigged.
Sorry.
It was rigged from the beginning.
With that being said, thank you everyone for joining us. This is week 2. I do want to announce to all competitors tonight and future competitors that next week we will not only be on the Dynamic Focus channel for our last chance qualifier, but first and second place will get a spot into the finale. You are playing for seeding at that point. So if you feel like you want to give it another shot, please know that last chance qualifier is giving 2 spots into the finale. So with that being said, thank you everyone so much for watching, and we're gonna go ahead and raid another amazing tournament. It's actually MK happening over on the island, the Cat Island account. So thank you everyone again for watching, and we will see you in next Saturday. Bye.